Finally, it still happened. Standing at the end of life. The calmest acknowledgement of the fate that's about to arrive. Quit the nonsense, boss. Let me see you off. Let me tell you all. Boss. I lost this round.
Doctor.
Where is this place? I was reborn in 1987. This time, I will definitely protect my family. Bro, why did you get up so late today? Brother, what's wrong with you? Tianchen. Everything starts over in this life. Get up. There's still porridge in the pot. Serve yourself. What are you standing around for? The porridge will get cold soon. I had a full Manchu Han feast in my previous life. Drank Lafite. Tasted air-shipped bluefin goldfish. None of them compare to this bowl of millet porridge. Oh right, Dazi came by yesterday. He said the town supply and marketing cooperative is buying mountain goods. Asked if you wanted to join him for a trip. Okay, I'll go now. Mom. The porridge tastes great. I'll drink it every day from now on. Heaven threw me back into this body in 1987. There's not a penny in my pocket. 3 mouths at home waiting to be fed. But to me, none of these are real problems. Hey, you finally made it. I thought you fell in a well. What are you staring at? Is there something written on my face? The old guy at the supply and marketing cooperative is really shrewd. He cut the price of our mountain goods by 30%. I said I wouldn't sell. He said he's the only procurement station within 10 miles. If I don't sell to him, who else will he buy from? He even said, then don't sell to him. If we don't sell, our mountain goods will rot in our hands. There's no procurement station within 10 miles. But there's a county 20 miles away. And a city 30 miles away. Who says mountain goods can only be sold to the supply and marketing cooperative? Who says we have to hang ourselves on this one tree? Is this still the Fungo Sheng I know? Back then you'd curse over things like this. So where should we sell? Anywhere we can make money. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Yisheng, where are you off to make your fortune? Do you need your aunt to give you some advice? Aunt, mind your own business first. Li Fengsha, you hid for 40 years last time. But I've got my eyes on you this time. My sister in my previous life was kidnapped. I searched for her for 20 years. In the end, I only found a yellowed case report. If you dare touch a hair on her head in this life, I'll make sure you don't even have a chance to regret it. Got the info. That guy's name is Lian. He's Lian Long's cousin. He opened a scrap purchasing station on the west side of town. Doesn't do any decent business normally. Just helps people from out of town find goods. Deal takes place the day after tomorrow. On the day of the town market. Haven't found out the exact location yet. Abandoned brick kiln outside the village. How do you know that? Give me a few things ready before the day after tomorrow. When I was thrown off the rooftop in my last life, I didn't even have the right to choose how to die. This time, evil people must be punished as they deserve. Are you really going alone? Not alone. Two of us. You and me. Got all the things. Everything is just like you asked, nothing missing. Feng Zhe, will the brick kiln really be the place? Last time I arrived too late. This time I'm here a day early. Feng Zhe, I didn't sleep the whole night. I've been thinking for so long, but I still don't get it. How can you be so sure it's Li Fengshe? She's got a sharp tongue. Likes to take advantage. But would she really dare kidnap a child? Remember the dog from Wang Liu-san's house in the East Village last year? Yeah, that dog was fierce. Attacked anyone it saw. Then it just disappeared. Li Fengshe sold it. Sold it for 30 yuan. Sold it to the dog meat restaurant in town. She thought about that one dog for 3 months. How long do you think she's been eyeing Feng Qian? I've seen 3 photos in the case file from before. One was a panorama of the brick kiln. One was inside the kiln. And the last one was the shoe Feng Qian left behind before being taken away. Feng Zhe, what should we do now? Scout the area. This road leads back to the village. This one heads toward town. And that one goes to the back mountain. If Lian brings people here, it can only be along the town road. If the deal happens here, their escape routes are only 2. The road toward town and the one behind the kiln by the drainage ditch. The ditch counts as a road too. When they're desperate, the ditch becomes their way out. I'll be here. You'll be here. If you see me raise my left hand, block the ditch. If you see me raise my right hand, cut them off at the rear. If you see me raise both hands, you run. Run back to the village. I won't run even if you tell me I won't. If we run, we'll run together. All right. Let's make sure neither of us has to run. Everything outside is ready by the ditch. I piled up some rocks. They won't climb up in a hurry. For the road to town. I left 2 bundles of firewood at the bend. Looks like they just fell there. Once they stop their car, moving firewood slows them down.
Hey.
Tomorrow Li Fengshe will find some excuse and take Feng Qian out of the village. Most likely saying she's taking her to the market. Qian trusts her. Li Fengshe gave her candy before. Why aren't you stopping her then? Just don't let Qian go. Problem solved. I can block this attempt. But Li Fengsha will find another chance. Leian will pick another target. The brick kill will still be there. I don't just want to stop it once. I want to root it out completely. Tomorrow you cannot hesitate. No matter what you see, no matter what happens, your job is to hold the ditch. If you do, it's all over. What about you? I'll guard the front entrance. Tomorrow at noon, you bring the person over. You don't need to worry about anything else. What about the money? Once the job's done, you'll get every cent. Just bring the person. The girl is easy to trick. I'll tell her we're going to the market. She'd definitely come along. Oh, right. Her brother? Fang Yisheng. A useless guy, always digging around in the fields. What future could he have? You scared of him? Fang Yisheng. Can't even support himself, worthless. What skill could he possibly have? Once tomorrow's done, your sister will be traded for cash for the ant. Qianchen, do you want to go to the market? Aunt will take you. A new peddler came to town, selling red hair ribbons. Every color you can imagine. Aunt will buy you too. My brother said no matter who calls me today, I can't leave the house. Your brother's scared you'll go off with someone else. But Aunt isn't someone else. Hasn't Aunt given you candy so many times before? If your brother asks, just say Aunt took you to the market. Would he dare stop Aunt? Let's go. Auntie will buy you 2 skewers of candied haws. Get in the car. This isn't the road to town. Where are we going? Stop making trouble, or I'll throw you into the kill. I want to go home. I want to find my brother. I told you to bring someone, not someone who's wailing for the dead. Make him shut up. No one has been born yet who's allowed to touch my little sister. Feng Yisheng, are you here by yourself? You're just a farmer. Don't act like a big shot with me. Move. This girl is worth 2,000 yuan. That's enough to feed your whole family for 3 years. Consider me being kind today. I'm giving you some face. Now get out of the way. I'm not going to beat you up. You just said 2,000 yuan is enough to feed my whole family for 3 years. In my eyes, my sister is worth the lives of you and the person behind you. Think about whether that's enough. Dr. Feng, listen to me. I used to sew together with your mom. I'm your aunt. I even held you when you were little. You held me. Then just now, when you held my sister, were you thinking about how much she was worth per pound? I'm here, sis. I'm here. Go ahead and cry. You'll feel better after. No one will ever hurt you again. Brother Feng. I listened over here and didn't hear anything. Did you already handle everything? Bring me the rope. You can't tie me up. Who gave you the right to tie me up? I'm going to report you. You're going to report me? On the way to the police station in a bit, you can think about what to say. And by the way, explain to Captain Chen, what's up with the candies in your basket? What's inside them? You know better than I do. Do you know Lei Long? I know if you ever get another chance to see him, tell your brother. My name is Feng Yisheng. Tell him to remember this name. Walk faster, you think you're going to the market or something? What's going on with Feng Yisheng? Caught in the act of child trafficking. How did you find out what's on here? I'll explain the details in a bit. The suspect has already been apprehended. I hope the wicked get the punishment they deserve. Zhao Zhou, take them to the interrogation room. Go ahead, start from the beginning. Say what? I didn't do anything. I was just being nice, taking her to the market. On the way, I thought I'd stop by the brick kiln, my late husband's grave. That girl ran in on her own. I kindly chased after her. That Dr. Feng charged over and hit me. What can a woman like me do about it? Take a sip of water and keep making it up. You said you were going to visit the grave on the way. So why did you bring drugged candy? What drug? That's just candy. The city forensic lab opens tomorrow. We'll know by noon if it's drugged or not. Li Fengshe is an old classmate. Listen to my advice. If you confess now, it's considered voluntary admission. If you confess after the results tomorrow, it's a different matter. Lian just confessed. He said you were the middle person. He also said it wasn't your first time. The last one was last December. You connected that one too, right? I said. Brother Feng, do you think he'll deny it? He will. Why? Because he's greedy. A greedy person never knows when to stop. He's experienced. He had several kinds of candy in his basket. Some barely had any drugs. Eat one and you get drowsy. Some had a lot. Eat one and you fall straight asleep. It's not his first time doing this. Li Fengshe admitted to more than just your sister's case. There was another one last winter. She connected that one too. The kid was sold to a neighboring province. Lian said he wants to see you. But I know what he wants to say. Their crimes have been fully exposed. We'll get to the bottom of this case. I believe in the justice of the law. Heaven is watching. Justice always prevails. All evil will eventually be wiped out. Captain Chan also believes in the law. Qianchen is already asleep. I put the food on the stove to keep warm. Eat a little.
Mom.
Xiaoshan, you've grown up. We're really lucky to have you today, Qianchen especially. Go eat. Feng Yisheng. Just wait and see. Haven't slept yet? Mom. Let me ask you something. What was my sister wearing the day she disappeared? I'm asking about the day she went missing, not when you were asking around later. It's before she left that morning. Why did you suddenly ask this? Because I just remembered. Feng Fang female. 24 years old at the time she disappeared. Height, 1.62 meters. There's a small spot at the end of her left eyebrow. That day she wore a blue shirt with white flowers made of dacron, gray trousers, black square-toed cloth shoes. She was forcibly dragged into a car at the Brick Kill entrance. She only wore that blue and white floral shirt once. It was borrowed. It was borrowed. A yeah from your uncle's family bought cloth and made it for New Year. She treasured it too much to wear. Your sister wanted to look nice because she was selling eggs in town. So she borrowed it for a day. Just for that one day. Later, when your aunt came for the shirt, she cried. She said it's fine if the shirt doesn't come back, but the person needs to come back. Where did she go? The Brick Kill, someone told her. The land behind the kill would be contracted out for orchards to outsiders. She wanted to talk to the out-of-town boss for a job. She was just a young girl. There was no money at home to support her education. So she wanted to earn some money herself to pay your and Kianson's tuition. Who told her there was work at the Brick Kill? Li Fengsha. It was her. Yes, she told your sister at that time. Boss Lei was recruiting over by the Brick Kill. 80 yuan a month. Food and housing included. Your sister was so excited she told me all night. She left before dawn the next day. Li Fengsha. I already sent her to the police station this afternoon. She confessed to being involved in trafficking. And not just with Qianchen. I'll get to the bottom of my sister's case. You don't need to wait at the gate anymore. She won't be coming back on her own. But I will bring her back. In my last life, I thought she ran away with someone. The whole village said so. They made up stories with so many details. And I believed it. Until many years later. Until that night the news finally came. Only after she was cremated did I know. It wasn't an elopement. My closest family member was kidnapped. And then imprisoned. And I had no idea. You're here, you didn't sleep last night. Li Fengsha confessed to another thing. What is it, 3 years ago? Feng Fang at the Brick Kill. Are you sure? Li Fengsha said last night she arranged more than one deal. One last winter. One today. And another 3 years ago. The story she told Feng Fang is exactly the same as what she told Feng Qian. Take her to the market. Introduce her to a good job. The statute of limitations expired. She didn't come with me. Found it. Better not submit for now. Who in criminal investigation approved this? After the report was filed, there were insufficient case funds. And multiple cases broke out one after another. All the personnel were reassigned. So it was shelved. Lei Inlong's connections are complicated. Several witnesses were afraid to talk then. Who is in charge of this case now? I am. What's your next move? Do you have evidence against Lei Inlong? You will have it. I will too. In my past life I spent 20 years learning how to use financial leverage for 100-fold profit. How to be greedy when others are afraid. How to be afraid when others are greedy. This life I'm getting justice for my sister from the bad guys. Make sure they all go to jail. And I'm going to make money. Those stalls are not just stalls. Their market share, their average transaction value, their customer retention, their gross profit margin. That shouting isn't just noise. It's advertising, it's sales technique, it's brand positioning. Those shoes you sell at the market aren't any good, are they? How much is your fertilizer per bag? $8.50, why are you asking? $8.50 is enough for 2 acres for a whole season. These shoes cost $150 and last 2 years. Can you sell them for $120? $150 fixed price? You're interesting, young man. Others shout loudly to sell. You just do the math.
Hey kid.
How do your used shoes sell better than my eggs? People who buy eggs come back tomorrow. And the next day too. So they'll haggle with you. People buy shoes and wear them for 2 years. So after today, they don't come back tomorrow. Doesn't that mean less business? That's why today they have to buy. Oh. Are you buying or not? If you're not buying, don't touch and get them dirty. Not buying. The origin is Forbes. The purchase price in Jinzhou is at most 6 yuan. He sells for 12. The 6 yuan profit in between is equal to 4 pairs of liberation shoes. Brother, how long does it take you to drive to Jinzhou? It takes a whole day and night. The road is hard to travel. There's a section under construction. How is the shipping fee calculated? Depends. What cargo are you hauling? I want to haul shoes. Alright, meet up here at dawn. My name is Feng Sheng. You only have a little over 5 yuan? What can you even do with that? Just 50 cents or 1 yuan. 1.5 yuan. How much is that? Brother, is this the money our family uses to buy rice? Number. Then is it for buying groceries? No, it's money for seeds. My first pair of shoes only sold for 1.5 yuan. But shoes for 1.5 yuan and a million yuan deal have the same basic logic. Find the person who needs it. Give him a reason not to bargain. Make him feel it's worth that price. Ryan, this kid is really useless. Even a farmer can't handle him. You really showed up. I thought you'd back out. How long in total on the road? A day and a night there. A day and a night coming back. Including loading time, altogether 3 days. Does your family know? I left a note. Don't worry. What's written on the note? Going to earn money, back in 3 days. You're going to Jinzhou to buy goods? Buying what shoes, sneakers? How much startup money do you have? 4 yuan 20. 4 yuan 20. What shoes will you get? The factory price for sneakers from Jinzhou is at least 5 or 6 per pair. You can't even afford 1 pair. What are you drawing for? Once you figure out a route, you have to run it many times. You can't just memorize the roads. You also need to know where you can save gas, where the water stations are, where it's easy to get stopped, how much time each trip can save. You have to calculate every shipping fee carefully. This street is full of shoe factories. Find them yourself. I'll take a nap here. Come find me after you're done. In my previous life, I understood one principle. Basic level business runs on popularity. Mid-level business depends on management. Looks extremely aged. Top-level business relies on vision. I'm now at the very bottom. But when it comes to picking shoes, I'm buying as a top-tier customer. How much for this pair wholesale? 5 yuan, minimum order 50 pairs. I want the wrapped, reinforced version. Add a rubber pad around the sole. I don't need design. Just use your existing mold. Add a layer of sponge to the edge and the tongue. Make it 2 millimeters thicker. This isn't just some small merchant from out of town. A small vendor wouldn't know. Terms like shoe tongue padding and thickening layers. Even some shoe dealers who've been in business for years don't care. I'll take 5 pairs in this batch. Add this modification. I'll pay 1 yuan extra per pair. That extra yuan isn't just a gift. I want you to remember this change. If next time I order 1,000 pairs, your molds don't need to be redone. Workers don't need retraining. Production time can be cut by half a month. This 1 yuan isn't for shoes. It's buying your future efficiency. I'll take 5 pairs. I'll pay for 1 pair up front. I'll bring full payment for the remaining 4 pairs in 3 days. What's your name? My name is Feng Yisheng. You'll hear this name a lot in the future. Let's go home. How many pairs did you actually buy? 4 pairs, 4 pairs of shoes for a day and a night of travel. Brother. Sit down. Let's get ready for dinner. This pair isn't for sale. Why not? In my past life, I wrote hundreds of business plans for others. Every single one was precise to 2 decimal points. My first business plan of this life. Only 2 people get to see it. One's looking at this photo. One's looking at me. How much are these shoes? 8 yuan. The supply co-op's white trainers are just 6.5. Yours is more expensive, 1.5 yuan. The co-op solace are just a flat rubber sheet. They slip in the mud on rainy days. This pair has a rubber pad around the sole. Wraps around the heel. Try stepping down now. Feels different. Paying an extra 1.5 yuan. You're buying slip resistance. You're buying durability. You're buying relief for your feet after a day of work. It's up to you whether it's worth it. Where did you source these shoes? The Jinzhou Supply Co-op also gets them from Jinzhou. Your purchase price can't be lower than mine. What's your profit at 8 yuan? I didn't claim my price was lower. I said it's worth 8 yuan. Just our town. Annual sneaker sales are at most 200 pairs. You can't make much with just a street stall. So I don't rely just on this town. You're familiar with the town's market. I won't compete with you. In the county, there are no supply co-op sneaker counters. County 1 and County 2 high. County sports school students all have to wear canvas shoes for PE. This layer of padding is specially for sports. I've sold shoes for 20 years. You're the first to discuss who you're selling to with me. Brother Feng, I heard your shoes are selling out. Word has spread through the village. They say you sell shoes at the market and talk to customers with real skill. More skilled than the old vendors in town. 24 pairs isn't sold out. 24 pairs is nothing. You've only set up for a day. Let me roughly do the math out loud for you. Factory price per pair is 6.5 yuan. Booth fee is free, but storefront rent will cost money in the future. After all costs are deducted, net profit is less than 1 yuan per pair. Sell 4 pairs in a day, that's 3.8 yuan. If you set up every day for a month, that's 114 yuan. That's high income for the village, but not enough to rent a storefront in the county. So I'm not here just to set up a stall. Not just to set up a stall. Then what are you here for? Setting up a stall is just testing the waters. What I need to test is not how much these shoes can be sold for. But who buys them? Why do they buy? 1, 2, 3, brother. Is our family about to have money? We're still far from it. What can we do when we have money? Buy you a backpack. Really? Really the kind with an eraser. Go to sleep now like a good kid. I promised you. I'll definitely do it. Our school goes through over 100 pairs of canvas shoes a year for PE. If your shoe soles are durable, I could recommend the school order a batch. I'll leave 1 sample pair. You can try them out for a week. If they wear out, it's on me. If not, we can talk further. What's your name? Feng Yisheng Extraordinary Sports Shoes. There's no distributor yet in the county. Your school can be the first to try. That girl who waited for me for 10 seasons of cotton blooming. Her flowers have wilted. This time it's you. I'm here. But I don't want to scare him. I want him to get to know me himself. Comrade, what do you want to buy? I want to borrow a pen and a piece of paper. My name is Feng Yuesheng. You'll have a chance to know me in the future. God gave me a second chance. This time I won't lose again. And I won't let anyone else lose either. I'm here to say thank you. Just saying thanks and leaving. Miss, why are you standing at the door? Who are you waiting for? Not waiting for anyone, just getting some air. You need to stand on the doorstep for half an hour just to get some air. Waited too long. I just got here too. Let's walk. It's way too sunny at the supply and marketing office entrance. Thanks for your help with the supply office accounts last time. There's nothing to thank me for. Inside the supply office, when no one stood up to vouch for you, you didn't walk away. You didn't ditch it and say the accounts weren't yours. The responsibility wasn't yours either. But in the end, you helped yourself. How do you know nobody vouched for me? Just a guess. Do you realize the way you talked just now is totally different from the person I saw at the supply office door? Like two completely different people. The first time I saw you explaining the shoe sole pad, you were like our director, at a meeting, all formal and organized. But just now, when you handed over the cotton candy, you were like a kid at their first fair, didn't know where to put your hands. So, are you more like the director or the kid? Dr. Feng, I spent ages trying to sort out the fake accounts last time, but couldn't figure it out. The note you wrote helped me out a lot. After that, we had an internal report. The accountant got 3 months' pay docked and was moved out of finance. Let me help you this time. The business department at the supply office is looking for self-employed suppliers to work with. Your shoes need to go through official channels, so I'll help send your materials. But I can't guarantee the director has time. He looks really busy. Then let's call it even. You helped me once. I'll treat you to a meal. 1 meal is enough. Then make it 2. Dr. Feng, why are you always so serious? You're clearly not mean at all. I'm really curious if you've ever actually smiled. I have smiled. When? I don't believe it. Smile for me and let me see. I'm here. You said you could treat to meals later on. Don't go back on your word. Next time, don't only buy cotton candy. I want noodles. The kind with a poached egg. Okay. Dr. Feng, even though you're not mean, you don't have to always hold back. If you get in trouble, just say so. I might not be good at fighting, but I'm pretty good at sorting accounts. Bro, you're stitching shoes again. This one has a drawing on it. What's that? It's a logo. What's a logo? It's the name. From now on, whoever sees these shoes will know they're Feifan. See Feifan? No, it's shoes made by me. So from now on, can I only wear Feifan shoes? Sure, I'll cover all your shoes from now on. Mom, bro said he'll cover all my shoes from now on. That shoe with the pad you mentioned last time. Our director saw the sample and said the sole is definitely more durable than the regular kind. But it costs more than $1 to change it. He thinks it's pricey. Look at this, I'm giving away shoes and losing money. Sold more than a dozen pairs last month. Only 3 pairs this month. 2 factory trucks left the town, so fewer people come buy shoes. I found a new way. Supply Office Business Department is working with self-employed suppliers. I can supply to your department. Business department standards are high. Need to provide samples, quote list, daily supply volume, and return policy. What matters to them is stability. Can you guarantee a stable supply? I'm sending more than just shoes. You're building a brand. Team leader Keon, there'll be more and more white sneakers in the future. There are 30 shoe factories in just one town in Jinzhou. Prices will keep dropping lower and lower. Without a brand, it's only white sneakers. With a brand, it's Feifan. I can recommend you to old Joe from the business department. But you have to promise me one thing. Our supply office always gets direct supplies from Jinzhou factories. Those shoes on the shelf were stacked up for months before you even showed up. All right, I'll help you. But you have to promise me one thing too. Once Feifan is in, no matter what low prices other self-employed suppliers offer, don't switch suppliers. Deal. Not many young people talk like you now. This batch has a very high rate of soul separation. I can't accept them. Go back and tell your factory manager. Our shoes are for students' PA classes, not for museums. Take them back. This batch doesn't count. I'm not taking advantage of you. If you put them on our supply office shelf, and the first student hurts their ankle during pay, who's responsible? Did you bring the sample? Yes, take a look. Give me the materials. I'll submit them for you next Monday. Feng bro, what makes your shoes different from the supply offices? I showed them to old Liu from the village yesterday. He turned them over and checked for ages, and said, "Aren't these just white sneakers?" What do you think? Hard to say. But I know wearing your shoes all day my feet don't hurt. But so what? Most people won't pay extra just because of that. Thinking they're good doesn't mean they'll buy them. But if they remember, they'll buy them tomorrow. Today he just remembers Dr. Feng's shoes don't hurt his feet. Tomorrow he'll buy them. By Feifan, that's branding. First by word of mouth, everyone asking about it. I get it. What you want to do is make sure when people hear Feifan, they instantly know the shoes don't hurt their feet. Pretty much. So I'll help you sell shoes in the future. Not mention anything else. Just say Feifan shoes don't hurt your feet. The key is that this shop doesn't have a transfer fee. Rent is $15 per month. Pay 1 month deposit and 1 month in advance. $30. All my petty cash adds up to $42 now. Take off 30. I have 12 left. Enough for 2 days of food, plus a round-trip ticket to Jinjiang. Come in. Got your eye on a shop yet? The one next to the farm supplies store on the commercial street. The one that's been closed for 3 months. It's right by the pesticide warehouse. It's pretty damp. The last tenant sold fabric, lost all their stock and had to close. How much are you willing to lose per month? I'm selling sneakers, not afraid of damp. Rubber solace or slip-proof. You're a purchaser, right? You know more than me about anti-slip sole patterns. You made them yourself? Modified myself. Stitched myself. Young people opening shops. 9 out of 10 don't make it past the first 3 months. But you really did a decent job stitching these shoes. Rent is $15 a month, contract renewed yearly. I don't care if you sell shoes or fabric, as long as you don't set the place on fire. Think it over, then sign. One thing, if I need to expand the shop later, can the supply office? Let me rent the farm supply warehouse next door first. Renting 1 is just testing the waters. Renting 2 means business volume. You're planning to expand before even opening. The sports shoe counter at the supply office will definitely need to expand sooner or later. If I don't take this shop, someone else will. Instead of waiting for others to come grab it, I might as well get it myself first. Grab it from myself instead of someone else. You start by getting this shop up and running. If it doesn't go under in 3 months, then we'll talk about the warehouse. I've never approved that warehouse for anyone else. You're the first to ask for the warehouse on the very first day of signing the contract. Right away. Leftover household. Young people sure have big egos. I hope your shoes are sturdier than your attitude. You'll see. In my previous life, it took me 4 years to save up for my first store. This time, I'm starting from scratch. 6 months later, everything will be moved in. Feng, this room can sell shoes. Look at the hole in the back wall. Even mice can squeeze through. They can, but we'll fix it so they can't. Achoo, achoo. Why not find a better place? The one by the street entrance is twice as big as this, and $2 cheaper. That one's next to the barber shop. Customers get hair trimmings all over themselves. They'll complain the shoes are dirty. Dazi, tomorrow go post a few flyers at the village entrance. Right, Feifan Sports Shoes Commercial Street flagship store opening soon. I've already cut the paper. Tomorrow morning leave it to me? Your brother made those walking markers look legit. Except this line isn't drawn very well.
Tell him later.
You can't finish stitching on the outside of the shoe upper. It has to be finished inside. Otherwise, after wearing for a while, it'll rub the ankle. Mom and your older sister used to sew these too? Your sister sews even better than I do. She learns fast and is skilled. Your brother's first pair of cloth shoes, she did the sole. When are they coming back that year? Second brother said he went to work far away. Is it farther than Jinzhou? Farther than Jinzhou. But he said he'd come back, he promised. Farther than Jinzhou. But he said he'll come back. He promised. Sis. The shop is rented. The first one. There will be a second, third, and so on. Once it's big enough, I'll bring you back. No matter where you are, I'll find you. Ryan's interrogation has new progress. He disclosed an important piece of information from 3 years ago. After your sister was taken away, she wasn't sent out of the province immediately. She was held locally for half a year. Specific location. He won't say. He only says he was just responsible for picking up people at the brick hill. After that, Ryan Long's people took over. Half a year. Where was she held during those 6 months? Who watched her, and how was she eventually transferred out? Ryan doesn't know any of that. My sister isn't someone who gives in easily. She survived. One more thing. Isn't your Feifan posting flyers tomorrow? Pay extra attention tonight. What do you mean? Ryan Long isn't evil. Just evil toward you, but he remembers. In the report from Lin province they gave me, there was an unidentified female corpse with similar features. But the detailed physical descriptions haven't arrived yet. Feng, all the flyers are posted. 5 at the village entrance, 5 at the town entrance, 2 at the supply store entrance, 12 in total. Check out this handwriting, not bad at all. Make sure no one tears them down before we open. Who dares? Last night while posting flyers, I saw the supply store's cat staring at me from the eaves. I stared right back at it. I've already registered for you, but you only have 5 minutes of call time. Boss Feng, it's not that I'm not helping you. Your shoe sole reinforcement used to be just fine before. But yesterday, someone came by to give a warning. They said our equipment can't be modified by third parties. Who gave the warning? Which company is it? It's people from the Lei family. This is legitimate business. Everyone in our line of work knows him. You don't need to refund the deposit yet.
Tell me.
Did those who pressured you say which company they represent? Did any of them say who they were representing? One of them is named Lei Inlong. Is there a supply problem? We can't reinforce the solace for now. Someone warned the shoe factory. It was people from the Lei family. But it's not like they used underhanded tactics. This is legitimate business pressure. I need a new supplier who doesn't take orders in bulk. Someone willing to make modifications. Someone who won't back down from a few words. There's a rubber factory in the east part of the county. They make tires. But they have a vulcanizing machine. They can mold rubber solace. The factory director's family name is Wu. He's an old master craftsman. Stubborn but truly skilled. This is a tire factory, not a shoe factory. Are you sure you're in the right place? Director Wu, you're exactly who I'm looking for. I need a batch of highly wear-resistant rubber solace for sneakers. You know way more about rubber formulas than I do. Shoe solace don't need to be as tough as tires, but they need to be more durable than any white sneaker on the market. Your factory's vulcanizing machine has been idle for 3 months. If you can deliver in 7 days, from now on, all my solace will be supplied by you. Alright, 50 pairs of solace. 20 yuan down payment. My name is Wu Dekai. This factory hasn't had a sneaker order in 3 years. You're the first.
I'm Feng Yisheng.
You'll get more from now on. Don't worry, I don't skip out on payments. Go take care of your stuff first. I'll start cutting the patterns now. Alright, that person tearing down our posters better show up again tonight. I'll be waiting at the storefront. If he dares to walk past here, if my weight doesn't make a sound, he will. They sure put those posters up fast. No idea how much longer they can keep it up. Dazi, I'm heading to the county. Watch the store. Don't let them tear down the posters again. Relax, I'll sit at the door tonight. Anyone who rips our posters, I'll smack them. Didn't I ask you to wait inside? It was stuffy inside, so I came out for some air. Let's go. I'll walk you home. That craftsman Wu at the rubber plant. Isn't he known for being super stubborn? I heard when he was young, he argued with the tech guy about a mold size for 3 days straight. They argued for 3 days and nights. He won in the end. The mold he made was even more precise than the blueprint. How do you know that? I asked around. He took my order because his vulcanizer hasn't run in 3 months. 6 workers are waiting to get paid. I didn't come to talk business. I came to help him start the machines. So if you're helping him start the machines, who's helping you? Dr. Feng, why are you working so hard? So I won't regret this life. That's it. And maybe so some people can come back. And some can stay. Your liberation. The solace are almost worn through. My mom made these insoles. They were originally from my dad. He can't wear them, so you use them. Your dad can't wear them. He started limping last winter. Tomorrow's inventory check at the supply store. I might not be around all day. When your sample comes, leave it with old son first. He's a good man. If there's food, put it on the tab for now. That's what you said. You'll have more chances in the future. Mom. It's late, you should go to bed. Change out of those wet clothes. There's hot water on the stove. Your sister used to love running outside in the rain too. The year of the big flood, she went to the riverbank alone. I chased her for 3 miles before bringing her back. Her shoes were gone, feet bare in the mud. Singing small town story. I didn't know where she was. But every time it rains, I wonder if she's getting soaked. Mom, I'll find her. No matter how long it takes. No matter how far. Nobody asked me in my last life what I was working so hard for. But someone did in this life. My answer is still the same. So I won't regret this life. Old son said you were here. Last time, the director approved your materials for the business department. Feifan, next month you can formally start supplying the supply store. You came all this way just for the catalog? You made a special trip for this? Not just for this. Have you eaten yet? Not yet. Then let's go. But sometimes I wonder if things were a little calmer, getting up and walking on the Kong bed, right behind the same counter. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years from now, it'll probably still be like this. Until you come in with that old abacus. One of your abacus beads fell off. The numbers are all crooked. But you don't seem to care at all. You only care about what you're calculating. Dr. Feng, what do you really want? I want Feifan to get bigger. Big enough to bring my sister back. Then let's do it together. Miss Wang, I won't make you wait. Let's go. Old son will ask you again who you went out with yesterday. He nags even more than my dad. The neighboring branch sent it before they got off work today. The unidentified female corpse I mentioned to you last time. Her characteristics were once very similar to your sister's. But it's been confirmed she's not Feng Fang. They also found some other clues. Their forensic doctor matched the teeth and bones, and followed the old file numbers, and found a previously overlooked case within the case. That body isn't Feng Fang, but it's probably related to Lei Long's gang, and a missing persons case from their early days. Thank you, Captain Chen. Don't thank me, just go get some sleep. You've got to run your shoe factory tomorrow. See for yourself. I bought these just 4 days ago. And they're already this worn. Can these solace even be worn anymore? These aren't Feifan shoes. You're bullshitting me. My wife stood in line all morning for these. She saved up 3 months' salary. And you say they're not Feifan? Uncle, I didn't make these shoes. But you bought them at Feifan's stall. I'll take responsibility for this. Return the shoes first. Take me to where you bought them. My shoes and the ones from the shop across from the supply store came from the same factory. A yuan cheaper. You don't get cheated or tricked at that price. Do you think that can be called Feifan? What makes you say that's not Feifan? You don't even have the curved anti-slit pattern. The insoles are made with recycled rubber, with calcium carbonate mixed in. They start peeling after just 3 days. Real Feifan uses natural rubber for the soles, pressed with a vulcanizer. They won't peel even after a year of wear. The labels are sewn with blue ink dye. It's real sugar waste pieces. The stitching is tucked inside the shoe's upper. You use nylon thread to sew it. Nylon thread doesn't absorb sweat. After a month, the stitching starts unraveling. Do you want to compare again? I know whose person you are. Go back and tell Lei Long. He cut off my supply. He fakes my brand and produces counterfeit goods. I'm keeping track of this debt. There are other accounts to settle with him, gradually. This is so everyone can see things clearly going forward. If the sole doesn't have curved anti-slit patterns, it's not Feifan. Liu San works for Lei Long. He's involved in more than just this incident. The one who tore your posters earlier might have been him. Lei An's case has already implicated several district courts. But Lei Long has more than one Lei An under him. This time it's Liu San. There could be more next time. Don't think Lei Long can't be touched now. Then start with the people working for him. Thanks for moving forward with the counterfeit investigation. Reporting goes up level by level. The old archive comparison application has been approved. You can start from the missing persons records from 3 years ago. Systematic screening. Pressure has been adjusted. Temperature has been adjusted too. But it still doesn't work. The curve here is much bigger than a tire's curvature. The rubber flows unevenly. Bubbles form as it's pressed out. It's not a mold problem. So what is the issue? You're using a tire rubber recipe for the formula. High rubber content. Poor flow. Shoe soles are thinner than tires. The rubber can't reach the edges of the mold. Even rubber knows thickness matters. Same formula. The thickness is already half as thick as a shoe sole. The flow requirement doubles. We all know how to settle accounts like this. Then change the formula. Changing the formula will cost extra. It'll last 3 rounds. After 3 rounds, I want finished products that can go to the production line. You don't seem like a business person. You seem more like the old masters from our factory. People who spend days and nights arguing over one measurement. Battling with the drawings for 3 days and nights. I investigated what you asked me to. Currently, all Feifan suppliers are listed on this page. Jinzhou Shoe Factory has already been blocked by Lei Long. The rubber factory is temporarily stable. But the packaging box supplier raised their price once last month. I called to ask. It's not because of raw material costs. Someone went ahead and gave them a heads up. Fortunately, they're connected to Lao Qian. Old relationships haven't been cut off yet. I've analyzed Lei Long's tactics. He never shows up himself. He always sends someone as a middleman to apply pressure. So the suppliers hesitate themselves. The tougher you are, the more he tries to go around. The more you dodge, the safer he feels. My dad used to say, people like that are the hardest to deal with. But it's not impossible to break through. If he doesn't show up, he won't get too close to anyone. No contact, no control. The suppliers fear him. They fear he can't be trusted. Those are 2 different things. You mean he relies on intimidation? Not trust. Right, we rely on delivering on time every time. Inspecting goods in person. Don't burn bridges. He wants speed. We want longevity. Are you willing to have your name shown under Feifan? Not as an accountant. You'll officially handle all partner communication. Wages will be calculated separately. Alright, then I want to sign an official contract with Feifan. Bro, look, from now on, every Feifan box comes with a boat. Your sister used to love drawing on her shoes too. But what she drew wasn't a boat. It was a lotus. She said lotuses can grow in the mud. Even when they bloom, their leaves don't get wet. Nobody knows if your sister's shoes are still around. But at least you guys still use her insoles. Sis, the boats on Z River have already set sail. Hang on a bit longer. Almost docked. Just treat it as a preliminary result from the comparisons. Around the time your sister went missing, all those shell companies under Lei Ainlong's name had vehicle dispatch records. One of the routes matches the direction of the brickyard. But that's not direct evidence. It's been too long. The specific list of drivers has been changed. I still need more time. Also, Liu San's case is going through procedures. Counterfeit goods are being filed as a case. If he'll be convicted depends on the ongoing investigation. Lei Long is really good at protecting himself. If something happens to Liu San, he won't cover him. He's got plenty more people like that working for him. So you mean Liu San is just a piece in the game? Yeah, just see it like that. You won't get an answer from just one check. You've got to cross-check again and again. The driver's signature field was altered. The driver was involved over more than 3 years, so you can see the stroke that got erased. The Lei character in Lei Inlong's name has a father on the right. But what did they add next to the wood radical? That's either Lin or Yang. It's not his own signature. The brick joints are noticeable now. Lei Inlong almost managed to hide it. He's got a habit. He never signs documents himself that he handles. But he only has a handful of drivers. The time and place. Once you cross-check, the loophole is exposed. The old case from 3 years ago is past the statute of limitations. Hard to review, but add on the counterfeit goods case and Lei An's trafficking case and Liu San's fake trademark case. All the clues come together. It can be organized as a gang crime. I'll file a report tomorrow. Apply to reopen your sister's case. Before it's officially filed, I'll keep investigating on my own. Anything else you need me to do? Keep making your shoes. Grow Feifan big enough. He'll make a move then. When he acts, he'll slip up. Feng Yusheng, your sister is still alive. I've got a feeling. About the fake shoes. Who told you to use that sailboat design? You all used that one. Feng Fang, 3 years ago, I should have never gone soft and left anybody alive. Just as clueless as his brother. Long Jie, you're worried about him investigating. They've already started looking into who was in the vehicles. Looks like the guy surnamed Chun is serious. Tell those few people in the convoy. If they need to keep quiet, keep quiet. If they need to lay low for a bit, let them leave for now. If they want to investigate, let them question the dead. I've heard about your shoe. Old Joe from the supply and marketing cooperative mentioned it to me once. Said there's a young guy in town who customizes shoes Solace and stitches brands on them. Even goes to Jinjo to buy supplies. He said, "Your shoes Solace are made by the tire factory using a vulcanizing machine. The formula is totally different from regular styles. But you only have one storefront in town. How many pairs can you supply a month? The department store's shelves aren't like the market's stalls. Here today, gone tomorrow. We're not signing with you. Currently, monthly output is 200 pairs. Next month, we're introducing a second batch of equipment. It'll double, and your department store has 2 locations. One's downtown. One's right by the station. The store by the station gets heavy foot traffic, but people don't stay long. Customers buy and leave. Nobody tries on shoes in the store. So the Solace need to be extra durable. After they go home, once they've worn them, they themselves come back to tell us. The shoes bought at the department store by the station. Wore them for a whole year and the Solace didn't even wear out. That reputation works better than any advertisement. Take me sitting here today. My store is on the commercial street. There are black marks in the supply catalog from the co-op. On the county rubber factory's production line, they're pressing my Solace right now. You can check and see anytime. All right. Let's sign a 3-month trial sales contract first. 100 pairs per month. Exclusively for the department store on Chijang Road. The supply price for that side of the co-op is fixed at 8 yuan per pair. If there's a quality issue, if production can't keep up, or the Solace aren't durable enough, we can terminate the contract at any time. That brand of yours, what's it called again? Feifan, like the sail from the sailboat. I've been selling shoes for 15 years. You're the first one who flipped over the sole and explained it to me. All right. Kid, I'll remember you. Getting him on board is the right move. The stats I gave you last time show Chejang Road department store has the highest foot traffic. It's the biggest. I especially marked the signal. So today you're seeing the contract first. I've compiled all the sneaker sales from every department store in the county, all in one report. Foot traffic, average spend, stocking cycle. If you want to enter other malls next, you can prioritize according to their importance. Let me know in advance which store you want to approach. I'll pull the numbers for you. You work at the supply and marketing co-op. How do you have time to organize all this? Did it after work? Last month, I stayed late counting inventory too. It's all overtime anyway. Just flipped a few more pages of the report while at it. Who do you think I'm counting inventory for every night when I'm working late? Got the contract. Let me tell you. Take this wear resistance data on the Solace to the department store. They'll have zero problem with it. My mold is stricter than the original factories. I check every pair myself. I showed the department store contract to Lin Dazi. He said he wants a copy too. He wants to officially join Feifan. No matter how big we get, he's sticking with us. When I was young, I worked at the tire factory. Put in over 10 years with those honest folks. Then the factory was restructured. I couldn't keep up with the heavy work, so I retired. Thought I'd spend the rest of my life in the scrap heap. But then you came to me about making shoe Solace. Now that young man named Dazi told me. He wants to tie his legs to the Feifan ship too. I've never seen young people like you two before. Little Feng. Do your best. Wherever you go, my way will follow and my flag will be planted. I've already signed my name. From today on, Feifan doesn't just have a store. It has proper channels. So let me say this up front. If I can't fulfill this sales plan, I'll swallow the scale weight. Dazi, you've only written 5 lines. And you think you can sell shoes across the whole town? 5 lines is not enough. Your brother didn't even write a single line the first day when he set up his stall, and still sold 5 pairs. That's him. If you write 5 lines, you've got to sell 50 pairs to beat him. In a past life, it took me 5 years to finish this journey, from setting up a street stall to getting into department stores. This time, it only took half a year. Last life, I shorted hundreds of companies. But the one rival I should have analyzed the most, I never faced head-on. This life, I started from zero. Now I have competitors and teammates. This is my desk. Yeah. A lot of consignment points owe us money. I've made a collection schedule for every consignment point that hasn't made payment in over 45 days. Each one has its turn for follow-up calls. All payments from before the new year must be settled before the Lantern Festival. Otherwise, the first shipment after the new year will be held back. I've already written out the talking points for collections. Just have Dazi read from the script.
Dazi.
That consignment point in Zhaojiang village has delayed payment for almost 2 months. Last time Manager Lin told you, he'd pay after butchering his pigs. As far as I know, the pigs were slaughtered last month.
He said his cash flow was really tight right before New Year.
I thought since we're from the same town, I didn't want to push too hard. In the future, if you feel awkward chasing someone for payment, I'll do it. Just focus on deliveries and expanding to new locations. I'll update the list of accounts to collect from every week. Those in red are a priority. If you have a regular client, come see me before you meet with them next time. I'll let you know exactly how many days they've been overdue. How should we account for the hunting machines? Man, Z Jackson even keeps his accounts clearer than I track my tuition. Feng, now that you're head of finance, he's in charge of bookkeeping from now on. Does that mean I need to file a report even to buy glue? You don't need a report for glue. But last month you spent 32 cents on glue. And this month glue hasn't increased in price at the general store. Just buy a new brush. Don't buy a whole bucket of brushes. One brush is 15 cents, save 17 cents. Record it in the ledger. Feng knows I spent 32 cents on glue. He's the head of finance. All right. From now on, I'll report anything I buy. Master Wu still hasn't given me the documents for the 3rd batch of goods. Schedule a time with him. Try to get it done before the day after tomorrow. I need to prepare the first full balance sheet by the end of the month. The raw material procurement from the rubber plant and inventory turnover all need to be included. The trip to the provincial capital is necessary, but let's get the accounts straight first before we set out. We'll go to the provincial capital on the 10th day of the new year. The meeting is at the business department of the Provincial Hardware and Chemical Company. You'll go with me. This is Feifan. He's the official liaison and supplier. Business trips are a normal part of his job, so I'll budget as a 2-person business trip. 2 train tickets, 1 night hotel stay, meals and miscellaneous expenses. Hotel for 2 rooms.
Okay.
Whatever you say. I used to think you were just a young guy who could make shoes. Now you even have him handwrite financial systems. You've gone farther than I expected. Going to the provincial capital on the 10th day of the new year will help put Feifan on the right track. And our supply and marketing cooperative can benefit a bit too. If you need anything, come find me anytime. On the security team on duty that day, someone had Lei Yinglong fill out the patrol report on their behalf.
He wrote no irregularities found with his pen.
What actually happened at the brick kill that day? The person who wrote those words knows best. Three things. First, on March 17, 1984, the day of the brick kill incident, the duty log said no irregularities found at the brick kill. But that log was taken the next day and had Lei Yinglong fill it out instead. But he himself wasn't security and didn't have the authority to fill it in. Second, the security staff responsible for patrolling the kill area at the time wasn't held accountable afterwards. Only a work negligence review was added to the personnel file, written off lightly. Third, that security guard was transferred last year. The transfer order was arranged by Lei Yinglong. I checked the transfer records. He was transferred directly from a remote local security office to the county. No application process. No assessment. The no irregularities written by Lei Yinglong earned the security officer a transfer order. Lei Yinglong's flaw is with the people who handle things for him, having others forge records for him. These people are afraid of crossing him, and also afraid they'll get dragged in themselves. So our focus isn't on Lei Yinglong himself, it's on the people who did things for him. Find the one who's most scared, and he'll break. What's next? Don't tip him off yet. You go to the provincial capital tomorrow and secure the Feifan meeting. I'll keep investigating on my end. There are still several boxes of old records to go through. Also, this button was stuck to the bottom of one of the old file folders your sister was involved with. It's attached to the bottom. It's not a regular clothing button. It's the security badge we were issued back then. Only security personnel in the office could get that batch of uniforms back then. It was only available to staff inside the office. You're saying the person who took him away back then was wearing a security uniform? Yeah, right, but it wasn't Lei Yinglong himself. It was someone who owed him a favor. I've pulled up the list of everyone who was issued that batch of uniforms back then. I've checked them all. There are 20 people in total. We'll screen them one by one. Ah. Feng, if the provincial capital meeting goes well, I'll lock down the consignment points in the village that are still hesitating. I'll get them all. They all say they'll wait to sign after you get back. Like I don't count or something. I've itemized train tickets, hotel meals, and other expenses. Everything's clearly listed. I've compiled the background information on the provincial hardware and chemical company. It's all organized. Added it at the end of the list. I've mapped out the locations of their 7 distribution points. I drew a map. When we get to the provincial capital, We'll first drop our luggage at the guest house opposite the train station. I've already checked. It's a 1-minute walk to the hardware and chemical company. Only 2 RMB per night. That's half the price of a hotel. I've heard of Feifan. Last year they had trial sales at the county department store. They doubled their orders in 3 months. You're just a township enterprise. What makes you think you can sell in the provincial capital? 3 reasons. County's top department store had trial sales for 3 months. Monthly sales jumped from 100 to 200 pairs. The curved, non-slip rubber soles made by Master Wu at the rubber plant are as wear-resistant as car tires. Return rate is less than 1%. This is the original renewal statement signed by Director Ma. He can vouch for me. The county isn't the provincial capital. The provincial capital is different. Your shoes sell for 8 RMB a pair in the county, but students in the provincial capital spending 8 RMB on shoes have other options besides your brand. There are already several brands from Shanghai City over there. Their shoes look better. The packaging is nicer. So what's your advantage? Based on your ex-factory price, with transportation, warehousing, and shelf loss, your single pair gross profit is several points lower than similar ones in the capital. Unless you change your price. Otherwise, even with our distribution channel, it'll be hard to make it work. My advantage isn't the packaging, it's wear resistance. Provincial capital students ruin 3 pairs of cloth shoes during gym class every year. Parents spend more annually than the price of 1 pair of Feifan. Feifan shoes last 2 years per pair, 8 RMB for 2 years. You tell me which one the provincial parents will pick. I won't change the ex-factory price, but I can cover the shipping for now. We'll split the shipping cost for the first batch. If wear and tear from shipping can't be brought down, I'll fully resupply at no cost. Young man, the provincial city isn't like towns. The first batch order is 2,000 pairs. You run a township factory. Can you keep up with the supply? Monthly output is currently 400 pairs. Next month we'll bring in a second batch of molds, which can increase capacity to 800 pairs. Here's the repayment rate for all consignment points over the past 3 months. The Shajiang village consignment point delayed repayment once. Late fees have already been applied. On the logistics side, we've coordinated with the county transport team. Single replenishment each time. Lead time can be shortened to within 3 days. Here are the provincial city's department stores. Annual sales data for athletic shoes from last year. Monthly breakdown. Overall annual growth at the sports shoe counter wasn't high. But after Fang hit the shelves in Q4, there was a noticeable separate upward trend. This red line right here, from October to December, shows Fang single product monthly sales, jumping to nearly 3 times the previous canvas shoes. Your financial. Assigned by the Chenguan Township Supply and Marketing Cooperative to Feifan Lian Yuan, responsible for finance and supply chain. Sign the letter of intent first. Initial stock, 1,000 pairs. 3 months trial sales. If distribution meets standards during the trial, we'll talk about regional agency. Your Feifan finance team is even more meticulous than several longtime clients on my end. Young man, I've opened the doors of the provincial city for you. But whether you can stand your ground is up to you. We found new leads in the provincial city. That person who was transferred out by Lian Long back in the day. Security file records show. After relocating, he was active in the suburbs of the provincial city. Also, in an old unsolved case in the provincial city, Someone saw a young woman with a similar look to your sister. The time was 4 years ago. But none of this is direct evidence yet. For now, you go talk about Fei Hui's agency. I'll take care of things in the provincial city. Remember, we're not just confronting Lei Inlong right now, but the network that covered for him all these years, that web of connections. The more anxious he gets, the more mistakes he'll make. I understand. You focus on staying steady on the Wujiahua route. The steadier you are, the more valuable these files I have become. Seven distribution points the first month, and actual sales exceeded the initial stock. That distribution point at Rail Station Road sold 3 times the stock. On restock day, over 40 people lined up. People in the provincial city are rushing to buy a county-made shoe. I've worked at Wujiahua for 8 years. Never seen the Wujiahua leadership team approve so quickly. Starting next month, Feifan will be fully distributed in the provincial city. Not just 7 points, but all 30 distribution points. Also, your sales manager named Lin Dazi got the East District consignment points repayment to 100% on time. In Wujiahua's history in the provincial city, this has only happened once. That was 3 years ago. When is Seal's athletic shoe going to sign a deal now? Young man, Feifan is now a provincial city brand. Keep up the good work. Brother Feng, do you think we count as a provincial city brand now? So when I go out to the consignment points, can I tell people we're a provincial city brand? Say that after you collect all the outstanding payments. If you don't believe me, I'll press the scale weight on the bill right now and go run by the East End consignment point again. Sign first, then stamp. Those newly collected outstanding payments from consignment points haven't made it back to Zhuhai yet. Starting today, Feifan is officially restructured as a factory. Last fall, when you came looking to rent my storefront, you said, if we don't go under in 3 months, then we'll talk about a warehouse. Now it's not a warehouse anymore. It's a factory, Director Zhou. Feifan started out in the supply and marketing catalog. Without your approval for the first supply qualification, there'd be no contract in the provincial city. I'd like to officially change Feifan's business license to Feifan Sports Shoe Factory. Fill it out, I'll approve it on the supply co-op end. Qianchen, why is my boat smaller than the other 2? Because you drew the longest route on the map. A small boat travels farther. If you make it too big, you can't pull it along.
He's right.
Sis, Feifan has been restructured into a factory. And now it's in the provincial city too. Now my boat is bigger and can withstand the wind. I'll definitely come pick you up and bring you home. It's been 4 days. The store cross-sold over 100 pairs in 4 days, and we sold only 9 pairs, all to our regular customers. The one who insisted on buying was wearing fannying backwards. He was a college student who ran for us all year last year. I had him come around to the back door. He said he felt embarrassed to buy in front of the shop across the street. It felt like stealing. Did you find out their purchase price? We did. The Solace used recycled rubber, not natural rubber. There's no arch pad, no reinforcement stitching. The tongue foam is only half as thick as ours. But you can't be cheap. They're 4.5 yuan a pair. That's over 3 yuan cheaper than fannying. And buy one, get one free. People in the provincial city don't care if it's recycled rubber or not. As long as it's cheap, they'll snatch it up. Did you find out their purchase price? We did. The Solace use recycled rubber, not natural rubber. There's no arch pad. No reinforcement stitching. The tongue foam is only half as thick as ours. But you can't be cheap. They're 4.5 yuan a pair. That's over 3 yuan cheaper than fannying. And buy one, get one free. People in the provincial city don't care if it's recycled rubber or not. As long as it's cheap, they'll snatch it up. Damn it. They sell for 4.5 a pair. And they don't care about odd sizes. But the anti-slip, wear-resistant, durable slogans they hang up are exactly the same as our fannying. Even the wording is copied. They're not selling shoes. They're targeting us. At their current price, they lose 1.2 yuan per pair sold. Buy one, get one free. That's losing 2.4 yuan each time. If they sell 30 pairs a day, they're just burning through over 70 yuan daily. How long can they keep that up? Depends on their backing's finances. I've run 3 response plans. Option 1 won't work. If we follow suit, they'll keep slashing prices. We can't keep up. Fanning's sole cost is higher than the retail price. Our formula uses all natural rubber, plus the vulcanization process, so one of ours costs as much as 3 of theirs. Plan 2, we could try bundling with pay achievement cards. But we lack school resources. You're missing one thing. They're not here to do business. They're here to help Lei Inlong burn us out. But they made a mistake. They thought there's only one way to fight a price war. See who's cheaper? A 4.5 yuan pair lasts a month. The Solace are worn flat. Even with buy one, get one, it's just 8 yuan. Ours are 8.5 yuan and last a whole year. Parents in the provincial city do the math and clear the account. What's scary about a price war isn't the cut. It's if you don't fight back. If you hold steady, they're performing solo, and it won't last long. Go to Provincial No. 1 High School. Find that student who ran in fannying shoes all last year. Ask him to wear them to run 3,000 meters at the school sports meet. This isn't a consignment job for you. It's a counterattack. I'll go right now. Oh, Brother Feng. If he asks why we don't cut prices, what should I say? Just tell him some people sell shoes by cutting prices. Feifan sells shoes through wear resistance. Ask him if the solace of his shoes are worn smooth after running 3,000 meters. Or not. Go, 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 go. Damn, those aren't Feifan shoes. Look at my pair. I bought these shoes last year. I've worn them for an entire year. After running 3 kilometers today, the soles are still flat. The uppers haven't come unglued at all. The pay teacher said, next month is the district sports meet. Anyone wearing fannying doesn't need to bring a spare. If your shoes break, he'll take responsibility. Both pairs got thrown by the track, did you see? The guy who registered that shoe store across the street is Ryan Long's brother-in-law. The store rent and inventory funds all go through Ryan Long's Shell Trading Company. The wholesale price of those shoes he got is even lower than the 4.5 yuan you mentioned. They were factory rejects to begin with. He's not targeting you over this right now. Then who is he targeting? He's after me and the old records. The thicker your foundation in business warfare, the less likely he is to let you run your business in peace. But you didn't let him lead you by the nose this time. He didn't get any benefits from your price drop. You handled the provincial No. 1 High matter beautifully. Captain Chun, is there any new lead about my sister? Finish the business battle first. The more you do for the business fight, the stronger your leverage to get Ryan Long to talk. Guess what he'll think? Now, what he fears most isn't me, but you. Bro, are you done with Z Lake? I want to paint a sun on that big ship. Almost. Wait until your fever goes down to go back. You can paint not just the sun on the ship, but also stars. I've mostly wrapped up things in the provincial capital for now. Old Wu's side expanded the mold. To the third set, they're testing it this afternoon. It worked perfectly the first time. He said the machines won't stop running. He wants you to focus on holding down things here. The previous team leader also sent a message lowering the discount. As for the display case, he'll cover it for you for 3 days. Can you hold Old Wu's third batch production order for me tonight? I'll go back and sign it in the morning. I already signed it for you. Using the vulcanization factor you set last time. Feng, is Kian awake yet? I asked someone from the town's porridge shop to make a pot of millet porridge. Added some red dates. They said it takes 40 minutes to cook. So I squatted at the door waiting 40 minutes. I was afraid they'd skimp on the red dates. Brother Feng, Old Wu, Wang from finance, this drink is for you guys.
Today,
I finished visiting the last Feifan consignment spot in the whole province. All 41 points have signed with Feifan. Dazi, last autumn you told me. From now on, only sell Feifan shoes. Don't touch any other brand. Back then, Feifan only had 3 pairs of shoes. I stitched the logo myself. He cut the sole inserts by hand. Now there are 41 consignment points. From village corner shops to department stores in the provincial capital, all display Feifan's sign. How many pairs of Liberation shoes Solace have you worn out now? I haven't kept count, have you? I've lost track of how many pairs I've worn out. But the first pair I wore through was right at your storefront. There was a big hole worn in the sole. When I got home, Zhang Tiao asked me, "What kind of work are you doing for Brother Feng, to wear out the Solace like that?" I told her I did a lot of running around. Didn't your mom so you knew insoles afterward? You're still using them today. Last time at the mud pit in Zhaojiang village, your foot slipped in. The insole floated up. You fished it out and dried it in the sun all afternoon. That was made by my mom. You even know that. Dazi Feifan now has 41 consignment points. Next year I want to double that. Not 41, 100. Dare to take it on? What's 100? You need to sell Feifan to other provinces. I, Lin Dazi, will be the first to run consignment spots in other provinces. Even if I run my legs off, it's my own choice. But honestly, I don't know how to do consignment points out of province. Their roads aren't the same as ours. We'll need a new map first. I've already drawn the map for out of province. First batch, 7 cities, train stations, schools, supply cooperatives in each city. All their locations are marked. Just follow the schedule. Whenever you get to a place, go to the department store first. I've contacted their business department. Heard Feifan is ranked 2nd in the provincial capital. 3 stores are willing to start selling as a trial. But don't rush yet. Stick to the old rules. Go to the department store first when you arrive in a new city. Check their inventory. Then come back and talk accounts with me. Let me tell you, Old Lu, that batch for the first city. Add 2 more moles for the shoes. It's already September. If your sister were here, those 2 pairs of insoles would have been finished by now. She sews them better than I do. Your dad's insoles were all made by her back then. Your dad said big sister had skillful hands. Her stitches were like a sewing machine. After your dad passed, she put the thimble on her own hand. Ever since then, she sews a pair of insoles for the family every year. Not a single year missed. The year she left, 2 pairs were still unfinished. Ma, Captain Chun recently found a transport record. From 4 years ago, shipped to another province. It had specific details marked. Next, I'll get Feifan products distributed out of province. Captain Chun is cross-checking locally too. If there's progress, he'll let us know. I don't understand those things outside. Captain Chun is helping with the investigation now. Jia Jin is helping you with the accounts. Dazi is helping distribute the product. I'm just a woman, I can't help much. But remember to come home for meals. I've kept your sister's thimble for more than 4 years. Whenever you bring her back, home will be ready, waiting for her. The neighboring province address is confirmed. The first place your sister was held wasn't in this province. It was in a town in the neighboring province. Nearly 2 days away, early morning. The telegram was from the local police station. They checked the old record from 4 years ago. She's not there anymore. But the report said it was temporary detention. She was transferred later. Where she was sent, or who handled it, still being followed up. Before she was transferred, her physical features: black mole on her left brow, blue background, white print. Yes. The pattern shirt was recorded during intake, not added later. One step closer to the day she's found. Dr. Feng, from the time you started checking your sister's files till now, it's nearly a year. At first, I thought you were just a relative unwilling to accept fate. Later, you got Feifan into the provincial capital, sent Lin Dazi to set up consignment points across the river, money-making shoe shops. Lei Inlong is starting to panic. I'll find you. Keep every address you have on that route. Brother Feng over in the provincial capital. 3 distribution points terminated contracts on the same day. All claimed cash flow problems. Yet their payments ranked top 10 last month. Something's off. It's not just the provincial capital. The bank sent a demand letter today. Interest must be paid off by end of the month. Otherwise, Feifan's account will be frozen. Someone reported Feifan for tax evasion. Tax Bureau is inspecting the accounts next week. Every transaction is clear as day, not tax evasion. The investigation isn't for problem solving. It's to buy time. During the audit, without funds, there's no supply. Distribution points without supply terminate contracts. One link connects to another. Whoever's behind this operation doesn't seem to be after profit. This is different from last time with the money-losing shoe store across the river. Last time he dumped money. This time he's tightening the net. In the past 30 days, 7 distribution points received anonymous letters one after another. Same content. Feifan's cash chain is going to break. I've called the bank credit manager 3 times. He only said they got notice from higher-ups. Tax Bureau's investigation notice arrived today. Scheduled for next Monday. Faster than the usual external process. At least half a day ahead. Tax Bureau comes to audit. To check one more book. Every penny on every account stands up to scrutiny. Maximum freeze period is a month. For distribution points that have already terminated, I'll personally visit the ones that aren't urgent. The ones wavering, Dazi take the last 3 months' statements. And the signed Feifan supply contracts. Go door to door to negotiate. I'll handle the lawyer letters. I've checked the last 3 months. All distribution points that terminated contracts with us. Every single one received the same anonymous letter before termination, saying Feifan was evading taxes. Cash chain would break. The wording in the letters is identical. I checked the envelopes of those letters. All are craft paper. All from the same sender. Someone is simultaneously triggering banks, tax bureau, and 7 distribution points, plus 4 suppliers. That's not something money alone can do. Since last year, Feifan has been ranked top 3 among suppliers in the provincial capital's suburbs. Competitors generally can't reach this. It's not just supply and demand. The bank contact's surname is Lei. The tax bureau report's signature is anonymous, but the sender's address matches the address of last year's shoe store across the river. So it's Lei and Long. The bank credit manager loosened up a bit this afternoon. Manager Zhao helped out. He still doesn't know we're being audited in the provincial capital. But he said, Feifan's credit in the provincial capital is trustworthy to him. He confirmed personally that the tax bureau made the first move. Variance estimate. As long as the tax bureau lifts the account freeze by month end. With La Wu Sanfu, I can keep going non-stop. These are roughly the new distribution points we've been discussing recently. We can still make up for it before the rollout. But the gap needs to be filled. The very top row. These are people still watching and haven't officially terminated. I'll go myself. That out-of-province location. The third-level transfer record we've been tracking. Just confirmed it. The end point of the transfer. It's an abandoned farm that no one has ever checked before. The first place your sister was held 4 years ago. After processing, she was transferred twice in succession. Both under Ryan Long's shell companies.
This time,
Even the warehouse registration and truck scheduling match. Feng Fang is still alive. At least she was alive during the transfer. You've only got one last piece of evidence left to win. Let's not go tonight. That farm. Someone's watching from outside. Let's wait until we get all the paperwork together. 2 days. He closes the net in 2 days. We catch him then. For now, focus on stabilizing the 3 lines Feifan got locked. I'll come find you with the search warrant in 2 days. If the task force leaves for the other province tomorrow, we can set up the first group of out-of-province counters in the nearby county. Set up the first out-of-province counters there. No need to take a detour. Roughly pass through neighboring provinces. Familiar with supply and marketing systems in that region. Funding gap has shrunk a lot compared to yesterday. First wave of inventory can be capped at 20 cases. I made a new calculation. Director Peng's telegram reveals one thing. Feifan's reputation outside the province isn't from us. It's the students from Chuanfening who spread it. Class after class helps spread the word for us. This summer is the golden period for rollout. We can't wait until everything settles down to make a move. Schedule production based on the first test sales volume. Try to overlap the distribution route with the task force's actions as much as possible. Roughly, go with the first batch of goods. Connect with the supply stations along the route. Once I'm done with things at the bank, I'll catch up right away. How will you fill the funding gap? I'll figure something out. Refine the distribution points again according to distribution priority. When I get back, prepare the first batch of out-of-province sales goods. Immediately lock down all exit routes out of the province. Ryan Long is still here waiting for his funding chain to close. He doesn't know. We already searched that farm tonight. Notify our comrades within the province. Get ready to coordinate for the bust. Don't let him leave before I get back. Control the view. Brother, you leave tomorrow, right? Yeah. The earliest batch of shoeboxes has already been shipped to 2 provinces away. Sis, your first batch of out-of-province goods is about to go out. Captain Chun already found the shirt you wore. Hold on a little longer. I'm almost there. An old shepherd in a nearby village told Captain Chun he saw a van 4 days ago, driving out from behind this warehouse. The rear windows were covered with dark curtains. It headed toward the southern mountains. He also said that in the past, every few months, people would come at night in these vans to switch off the guards. Starting last month, it's happened a lot more often. Last year, it was only once every 2 or 3 months. The local security office checked. In that town to the south, there are several rental houses with suspicious addresses. Checkpoints set up in all 4 directions. In that area of the southern mountains, search every rental house and abandoned factory one by one. Begin carpet-style searching now. Brother Feng, I've contacted all 7 distribution points in the neighboring province. Start distribution from the closest ones. Proceed simultaneously. First batch of trial shoes. Head out with me. When you get there, I'll have almost finished the route. You just go pick up our big sister first. Our shoes will follow right after. Brother Feng, it's a long drive out of province. Don't drive the tricycle too fast. Be careful on the road. First, deliver the trial shoes to each station master personally. I'll let you know any updates right away.
Hey,
Sis. From the dirt road outside your house to the provincial border, every step is a path to bring you home. The road home. I'm here to pick you up. He's very weak, but he refuses to lie down. When the medical team checked him just now,
He kept asking where my brother was.
the guards ran off over the past few days.
He was locked up the whole time.
In the small room behind this warehouse. You've grown taller and got darker than before. You weren't this dark when you were a kid. I've been counting the days. Every mark on the wall is one more day I've waited. The day you bring me home.
home.
We'll wrap up here. I'll take over. You take him back first. Thank you for everything on this trip, Captain Chen. Hurry and go. Your family is waiting for you. That one sentence, wait for me. I heard it. Now let's go home together.
The doctor.
I'm going home now. You've traveled such a long way. How's Mom doing? Where's Qianchen? Does Qianchen still crouch at the kitchen door counting ants? Mom is still sewing shoe insoles. The needle and thread you left unfinished all those years ago. She kept them for you. Through the years, she's sewn over 30 pairs. She doesn't even know your shoe size now, but she keeps sewing. Qianchen can write the words Feifan now. Sister Shoujin taught her. I'm fine now. No one can hurt you again. You've lost so much weight. Big sis. Your braid is so long. I put your shoe insole under my drawing board. My sailboat paint box has 2 blue ties now. I tied both of them myself. One extra tie that no one's using. Lei An confessed in his second statement that before you had him move Feng Fang out of the province, he kept him in the county for half a year. Just targeting kidnappers? Kept in the east suburb warehouse for the first 3 months. You personally scheduled rotating guards. Later, you worried about the brick kill trafficking and moved him only after the case exploded. In 4 years, 7 shell companies under your name. 3 of them were used just to pay for guards and for transfer fees. All business ledgers of those companies match the reimbursement forms you signed. Every one of your men, from Liu San to those taking shifts at the farm, have all told us everything. Everything you said, Captain Chen. I admit, but after all this time investigating me, did you find out why I kept him for 4 years? Before Feng Fang was kidnapped, in the wasteland behind the east suburb warehouse, he discovered gravel layers left from an old riverbed. There's coal buried under there. He saw the markings, and even drew a map of the coal seam himself. If he had that map, all the coal I mined would be considered illegal. I asked him countless times. All he had to do was say where the map was, and I let him go. 4 years and he never said a word. So you kept him, because you were afraid he'd report your illegal mining after being released. You were afraid his brother would turn a small lead from just a scrap of cloth into a case reaching the provincial capital. Were you ever afraid of me? When your security dug through old files, every page with my signature, were you ever afraid of me? I admit it. Brother Feng had 3 trial sales points in the neighboring province. Sold out in the first batch. Station Master Peng wrote to say, local students there were rushing for Feifan during summer break, snapping it up like New Year's goods. He also asked when the next batch would come. News of Lei Yanlong's arrest went online today. Everyone's talking in the supply cooperative. He's the one who brought harm to your family back then. Old Joe asked me to pass a message. So I'm passing it on. All 7 of Lei Yanlong's shell companies have been sealed off. The militia member who signed off nothing unusual for him in the logbook turned himself in. He confessed on his own. All the sales points you lost in the co-op back then. Called today asking to resign. Feifan is restocking in the neighboring province. We'll front half the shipping costs. Future provincial distribution and financials will be fully handled by our accountant Wang An. Feifan isn't just a town store anymore. Has Feifan received the new shipment? Lei Enlong's case is closed. All his men from Leian to Lusan have been sentenced from the very beginning. From the moment you opened Feng Feng's case in the records room to the sentencing assembly the other day, it took nearly 2 years. Here's a copy of the case closure report. Keep it. Feifan's distribution rate outside the province forced him to pull his last batch of warehouse guards all the way out of province. And the end of the line for him was out of province.
His network
Wasn't torn apart by just one investigation team member, but by you, Lin Daru, Wang Shoujian, Old Zhou, and Old Wu, each of you pulling a piece apart until it was completely broken down. That militia member who signed, nothing unusual in the logbook for Lei Yinglong. What was his final charge? He turned himself in, so it's treated leniently. But he's out of security now. Lei Yinglong's crew is finished. Every old accomplice has come forward one by one and confessed. You didn't just win a legal battle. Captain Chun, the next province Feifan ships to. I'll take all victims illegally detained by Lei Yinglong from the lawsuit files and donate the list to the Provincial Women's Federation and Civil Affairs. In Feifan's name. Not to atone for him, but to let those people also make it home. Remember what you said. And when Feifan is all over the country, don't forget old Joe who got you your storefront at the co-op. Go home for tea with him if you get a chance. In the first 9 months this year, Feifan was number 1 in athletic shoes across the whole province, knocking out the Sea Lion brand. Sales numbers out of province. The return rate last month matched the capital's. 7 counties put in 2 extra resupply orders in a row. Station Master Peng brought along agents from the 2 neighboring counties, last week as well. Signed them up for distribution. There was a meeting just 2 days ago. The decision: Feifan is officially upgraded from regional to provincial distributor. From now on, every local shop gets the same contract. And non-local distribution is under your direct management. Congratulations. Feifan is now the official provincial main distributor in the capital. That's all. Brother Dassey's left side is higher. Higher? Looks even to me. Your left eye is higher than your right. Once the new sign is up, besides Kanchan's sailboat drawing on the box, you could add provincial distributor in small print. Make the letters smaller. Don't wait till the boat capsizes. All trial sales in the neighboring province hit their targets. The city's 5 suburbs have officially granted the provincial distributor qualification. Next step, Dazi will visit all 6 new provincial sales agents outside the province. Old Wu's new moles will have a trial run before the end of the month. Next year, Feifan sneakers will break into the out-of-province market. Old Wu's molds have passed inspection. The first batch of 2,000 pairs of the 1990 model is off the line. 14 distribution points outside the province. They've been pushing for the new model before the Spring Festival. But there's not enough money in the account. After the new molds started production, material costs doubled. The final payment for the 4th new vulcanizing machine hasn't been settled yet. The 3rd mold set is under co-inspection. The 4th set for Gen 2 needs to be fully switched over. Just for the rubber material of the 1990 model, we have to front money for 3 months. Plus, with 5 more counties outside the province joining, inventory needs to be distributed simultaneously. Freight costs must also be prepaid. How big is the funding gap? To launch the 1990 model in sync outside the province. All 14 distribution points. We're still far from enough. After Leojo helped us with the confirmation letter last time, the supply and marketing cooperative can only temporarily circulate regular funds. The bank just lifted the lock not long ago. Section Chief, who can approve at most one more small credit loan. Station Chief Peng at the department store station. The first payment won't arrive until next month. It's too late. Let's sell the three-wheeler. Put our private savings into it. Move goods by small van. Let Dazi drive first. How will you load and unload goods then? I'll ride a bicycle. Or we could buy another used three-wheeler. This is enough. Feifan's supply qualification is the highest rated in the supply and marketing cooperative. These past 2 years, you've helped township supply cooperatives clear sneaker inventory quite a bit. Several local station heads told me. Feifan's shoes sell even better than those allocated by the upper level. This isn't a lot of money. But in the books, it can get you through to the out-of-province market. First batch payment returns. Interest will follow the internal preferential rate for supply and marketing cooperatives. Term, 3 months. Use your out-of-province pre-sale contracts as collateral. Feifan's scale is big enough now. Director Joe. The supply and marketing cooperative is about to undergo restructuring. And you're also facing personnel changes. Will issuing this loan cause you any trouble? Lending depends on payment credit. In the past 2 years, you've never defaulted on any payment. A single tax receipt. The restructuring is supposed to help supply cooperatives thrive. Supporting suppliers like you is exactly the purpose of the reform. Don't let stocking up be delayed. I just added up the 3 funds plus the money from selling the vehicle. The cooperative's extra credit. Plus Fengji's old house that was sold, now the gap is covered. Just enough for inventory, material, new mold payment, and freight. Give the production order to Old Wu. Have him switch the 4th set of molds fully to the 1990 model. Over at Dazi's side, there's a new batch of out-of-province supply contracts, and 2 truckloads of new shoes in the first shipment. Both shipments will leave tomorrow simultaneously. The new contracts are set. I've informed Station Chief Peng. With this extra batch, you handle the vehicles, we'll handle the goods. The first batch of new shoes will be shipped to the 2 new county locations you added. Brother Feng, you should give me the truck keys now. Leave it here, I just finished sorting the first out-of-province inventory order. A few supply cooperatives from southern cities came over. They heard that Feifan sells very well, both in our province and the neighbor province. They invited us to attend an out-of-province trade fair next month. They said several provinces in central China have never heard of US. So they looked at the trial sales data Pengjian 2 sent from the neighboring province. and proactively asked if Feifan could set up a booth. Brother Feng wants me to go. On this supply line, I've been running since the first distribution point contract. Every transfer station in every county along the way. I can remember all the station heads' names by heart. The southern market is different from here. There are many brands over there, and prices are tough. At the local sneaker counter, there are several old competitors. Feifan is a new face. It's not about sales volume. It's about quality testing. If the shoes aren't in the display, they're not considered branded. Once they're on display, only if the soles don't come unglued does it count. We're going to set a new rule in the South. Whoever delivers the goods must disassemble the shoe sole on site at the expo. Check the anti-slip pattern, inspect the sponge, and measure the insole. I'll go with him. Fannying Gen 1 had a return rate of less than 0.5%. Fannying Gen 2, 0.3%. From Feifan's first pair 001 to now, the return rate has never gone above that number. These are the figures. I'll bring the data. Dazi will bring the shoes. I'm the liaison station at Feifan from the Supply and Marketing Cooperative. That's what they believe in. Brother Feng, these years you asked me. Whatever job you sent me on, I went. From our province to out of province, I've never once dropped the ball. If I can't distribute even a single pair of this southern batch, I'll have the scale weights checked. This sample shoe will go to the Southern Expo with you. Tested on site for slip resistance, durability, and rebound. Old Wu's formula is in the sole of this shoe. Your scale and his data are the ace cards. No matter how many distribution lines you secure at the Southern Fair, report back to me. I'll secure letters of intent at the expo first for the Southern orders. For those new out-of-province supply stations expanding inventory, I'll contact them ahead of time to set up pre-order plans. Dazi. Brother Feng, do you remember 3 years ago when you asked me to go with you to Jinzhou? Back then, I didn't even know where Jinzhou was. You told me, Dazi, help me carry a few pairs of old Liberation shoes to sell in town. I carried a whole sack. Not a single pair sold. Sat at the supply cooperative entrance, eating cold steamed buns. Dazi. This time, when you go south, take this sample pair too. Don't mind that they're old. This was our very first mold. From the first set to the fourth. It's still here. When they ask how durable Feifan is, just show them the sole of this pair. 3 years and the sole still hasn't come unglued. That is Feifan. The keys are yours now. You've helped me transport goods for 3 years. From now on, there's no need to borrow a vehicle again. Drive that 3-wheeler all the way south. And set up Feifan booths in provinces we've never reached before. Dazi, take this pancake for the road. Stop eating cold buns. And don't leave the scale bar behind at the unloading dock. Your mom said your shoes wore 3 holes in the sole last time. If you're driving that 3-wheeler, then you won't have to wear Liberation shoes anymore. Here's a notice from a factory in the south. Feifan 1990 model must be taken off shelves immediately and losses compensated. They're taking us to court. Let them. But it's not an infringement case. They stole our technology. 3 months ago, an apprentice left Old Wu's workshop. That person took the exhaust channel when he left. He didn't take the blueprints. He assumed the formula for the soul was just the mold plus rubber. Had no idea about the sulfur and softener ratios. The Southern factory used the blueprint for their shoe sole's anti-slip pattern. The shape matched ours. But the rubber formula was wrong. Their sole had a higher sulfur content, so it was heavier than ours. The Southern-made shoes Dassey brought back weighed 12% more than Feifan's 1990 model. They don't know our formula. All they have are the mold dimensions. If we win this case, Feifan won't even need advertising nationwide. I weighed the Southern shoes definitely heavier. They copied our mold shape, but the sulfur content in Feifan's solace is specially adjusted by each of our work teams. Even with the blueprint, they can't match our weight. Old Wu has worked with rubber all his life. Every mold's exhaust channel, every small sulfur tweak, he's written down in his notebook. Deliver the materials exactly as they are to the Expo Evidence Verification Committee. Feifan won't sue the Southern factory. Feifan will take apart the solace at the expo and let everyone see and compare for themselves. Someone asked Feifan why they would take apart shoe solace in the middle of the expo. Isn't that embarrassing the competition? Respect is not earned by copying others. It's built up stitch by stitch on the insoles you make yourself. Feifan's solace are extraordinary. Each pair has a unique 17-digit material code. You can trace which batch and when they were pressed. Even the direct batch number can be checked. Every material can be traced back to the delivery receipt. Today, Feifan officially submitted the patent materials for record. All the process parameters involved in this technology have been fully filed for national patents. That factory down south copied the shape of our solace, but they don't know how much sulfur is in it. Feifan Model 190's sole is 12% lighter than that Southern one. That's the proof. It's not just a little bit lighter. You can wear these shoes all day and your feet won't get tired. This formula dates back to 1988. That Southern factory claims they developed it just last year. If that's not stealing, then what is? From the very first pair until now, was the sole pressed with our own mold or not? Just put it on the scale and you'll know. Before the clearing this morning, the Southern factory that sent the lawyer's letter withdrew from the expo. Provincial reps the new market registration office. Tianchen, you multiply 3-digit numbers even faster than I did back then. Your brother Dassey, back when I was taking junior high entrance exams, I didn't even finish the math problem. The teacher collected my paper and asked if I was writing a letter home. You still don't calculate that fast now. Last time I asked you to tally up the wages. You counted 60 cents as 50. Sister Xiaojin said if you don't get it right, she won't approve it. I was in a hurry to deliver goods. I was short one finger in my count. With the abacus right there, you don't have to use your fingers. If you rely on your fingers, that's called laziness. Qianchen, is your summer homework done? Almost done. Just 3 multiplication problems left. Sister Xiaojin, can you check my number 7 problem? Dazi, your scale weight just got chipped again. This afternoon in the new warehouse while loading goods, I saw you leaning on the truck bed. With a bang, a little paint came off. Doesn't affect the weight. Weigh it if you don't believe me. Provincial payments for the first half of the year end here. Second round of franchises. All funds have hit this total. Total first half provincial payments surpassed 80,000. The South's 15 franchise payments came into this account, 4 times higher than before the IP battle. 80,000. Brother Feng, back then you sold 5 pairs of used liberation shoes outside the supply store, 1.5 each. That day I waited for you by the locust tree at the village entrance. You came back counting bills. 7.5 altogether. We sat by the well and had 2 bowls of plain noodles. You said when we made money, we'd have eggs with every meal. Do you still remember? 80,000 now. That's enough eggs for a lifetime. 80,000 divided by 1.5. No need to calculate. You wouldn't get it anyway. Dazi's abacus is way more effective than your hand knitting. Yes. Big sis, you're always right. From now on, I'll have Wang from finance train you. Start by memorizing advanced provincial payment. If you let Dazi memorize the whole dictionary, little rascal. 80,000. Back when I worked in the tire plant's workshop, a whole year's output was about this much. We've hit 80,000 in just months at Feifan. After the IP battle, Feifan had both northern and southern sales combined. 15 franchises joined in. They didn't just buy shoes. What they're buying is Feifan's guarantee of quality. Every soul sulfur content and formula number can be traced. Old Wu's formula journal from back then was flipped through until it fell apart at the expo. It had to be falling apart before people believed it. Feifan's exclusive counters in the provincial capital will all have provincial distributor signs by the end of the month. Southern cities are also pushing us. That's the half-year payment. But the second round of consignment deposits aren't even included yet. By the end of next month, we'll have to count in all the provinces' peak season prepayments. Our pressure is only going to increase. After August, there will be even more shipped to the south. Old Wu's production plan for the third set of molds has to be brought up by half a month. Based on the new formula samples Old Wu delivered yesterday, I've put in the material order to the supply co-op. The molds will be scheduled earlier. We can have them queued for another run. I'll do just that. In the pocket of my old apron, I've got the freshly mixed new formula. Lowering the sulfur content a bit more will boost the rebound. 1 grade higher southern sports school kids wearing them can run and jump faster than with regular sneakers. I'll give you the formula report tomorrow. It's fine if the third batch of molds is set for next month. No overnight work needed. 80,000 is repeat business. Next up, the number of cities we'll ship to will double. I've finished the distribution center map. Dazi, come get me with the tricycle early tomorrow. I have to go to the provincial print shop. We'll finalize the new shoebox design and warehouse blueprints. Once that's settled, I'll grab 2 boxes of new formula samples on the way. Master Wu's apron is so heavy it'll pull his pants down. No new materials without going to the provincial capital. Yeah. That punk's own shoes came unglued. So he crashed our booth to cause a scene. Claimed Feifan was cheating people. The crowd was still watching. Then he called someone to put those 2 ragged shoes on our display. Said it was evidence. Brother Fang, I'm not good with words. We argued for ages just now. And the more we argued, the guiltier the crowd thought we seemed. He claimed those shoes were Feifan's. And even brought in inspection agency staff. They're downstairs. That's him. Their brand tried to take over the market here last month, selling shoes on lies. Look at these 2 pairs. The soles came apart after 3 days' wear. Tried to return them, they deny responsibility. Who's your person in charge? Are these your shoes? Are they Feifan's or not? Put them on the scale and see. Feifan's soles have lower sulfur than regular shoes. Each pair is lighter than market shoes of the same size. These pairs of Feifan shoes, every sole has Feifan's unique anti-slip pattern. The molds are made in-house. Your 2 pairs use recycled rubber molds. They're not Feifan's. Feifan never rips and resews tongue tags. Every Feifan pair has a batch number inside the tongue. This pair dozen soles came unglued. Full refund. Look for Feifan. Anti-slip pattern. Feifan dares to print that on every display. Your 2 pairs don't have the anti-slip pattern on the sole. They're not Feifan, we won't refund. Anyway, Feifan is local. Not even qualified in this city. The market's mine to supply. You out-of-town brands want to steal our business. Did you ask me first? Feifan's market was built not by stealing others' business, but by publicly dismantling soles at the expo, letting people weigh them. 15 Southern Supply Co-ops jointly certified Feifan's supplier status. Feifan won the IP lawsuit. You're afraid of us entering this market. Not because of price, but because your soles can't go on the scale. Brother Feng, when you weighed them just now, half a dozen wholesalers came over to see. Someone asked me about Feifan's supply price in northern provinces. Feifan has been making quite a stir in the south this year. Our provincial supply and marketing system has dozens of distribution outlets. They're all established brands. But when it comes to athletic shoes, we've always lacked a supplier. You guys dare to print this statement on every brochure. So you must really have confidence. Ever since Feifan's very first shoe 3 years ago, the sulfur content and plasticizer in the sole material have all been blended in-house. At the Southern Intellectual Property Expo, Feifan publicly displayed the traceability records for their sole materials. The copy on your desk is the very one used at the time. From 1988 up to now, every single batch can be traced. Feifan dares to guarantee a refund, not because the return rate is low, but because we weigh everything ourselves first. 3 years of reselling on commission, and the total return rate is less than 0.5%. Last year, there were only 17 returns of the Fanying 2 all year. We know the reason for every single return. Every batch passed the quality checks. I believe you. But being a provincial agent isn't just about selling a few pairs of shoes. Feifan was previously a regional agent. But now you want to supply all of our outlets province-wide. Both funding and supply need to keep up. We have more than 20 provincial distribution points launching sales at the same time. Can you really supply them all? Feifan's fourth set of molds is already in full production this year. Monthly output is enough to stock every initial outlet in the province. We've already built 3 transit warehouses in neighboring provinces. We have fixed transportation and freight agreements. From bulk order to store shelves, it takes no more than 4 days. I've already scheduled the first shipment and logistics plan. Here are the production schedule and supply plan. The terms are acceptable. But there's still one more thing. About your pricing. Feifan's pricing, from the very first pair sold at the township co-op for 8.5 yuan, has never once been manipulated. And it never will. We can add a clause to the agency contract. Feifan's supply price will be set annually. No arbitrary adjustments. At your outlets, we'll treat them as our own stores. We'd never engage in a price war with your old suppliers. And one more thing. Last time at the provincial capital's small wholesale market, Fan's scale and commitment letter secured the first batch of consignment outlets. Of the old customers lost by Jew Fatty, now 40% have become stable bulk buyers of Feifan. Congratulations to Feifan on becoming the provincial level agent. All provincial distribution points are now open to you. Inform every county supply and marketing office. The Feifan Sports Shoes provincial agency contract is signed today. First batch distribution will be delivered on schedule. Feifan's newly signed provincial agency. The solace won't come unglued. Well, isn't your county the one that's been pushing for sneakers for 2 months? Hurry upstairs to register with the business department. The last provincial agency slot was bought with money and banquets, but this time it's earned with 3 years of sales data. The first pair of old Liberation shoes weighed on a scale 3 years ago, and the sentence at Feifan's display case means Feifan no longer worries about sales. The next target is full coverage across all 7 southern provinces. Feng, the Northeast region is urging us for more goods again. They want 200 boxes shipped by the end of the month. We're shipping out 3 trucks a day now, and the factory can barely keep up. Old Wu said they're expanding to a 6th set of molds. If we enlarge the workshop again, we'll run out of space. The loan intent letter was approved yesterday. The province has named Feifan a leading private enterprise group. We didn't even apply for the pilot program. So Feifan, do you still want the Northeast market or not? The supply office director personally called to rush us. I've yelled myself hoarse. Still got the request right though. Feng, what did you mean just now by using money to make money? Isn't it about time we expand the production line and hire more people? Shouldn't all the money go into the shoes? We'll keep making shoes. Old Wu will expand the molds. Dazi will expand the outlets. Jiaqing will handle accounts. Feifan's industrial business won't stop, but all physical industries have cycles. When raw material prices go up, profits thin out. Money gets tied up in inventory, circulating only about once a month. We're not in a rush to put all of this loan into the production line. We'll allocate a portion to try out the financial markets. We're not speculating in stocks, but participating in the pilot program. Futures contracts on sugar and rubber. The rubber raw material our boss uses just keeps getting more expensive. We can use the futures market to do an option hedge, locking in raw material costs. Industry is our foundation, finance is our leverage. Feifan needs a mechanism to control its own raw material costs. This loan will remain untouched. Feifan's working capital is secured with factory and warehouse as collateral. Dedicated funds for designated use only. Even if we take a hit, not a cent touches the factory. If we earn, Old Wu won't have to worry about rubber price hikes for years. Feng, I'd believe anything you say. But as for letting me trade at an exchange, I'm only good at using the scale. Anything beyond that, I might not understand. What's Tangshibao? Is it just like the guaranteed price contract we pre-signed with Old Wu last year? Supply. If rubber prices rise, we won't be afraid. Because we'll have futures to lock in the price. We'll keep shipping to the Northeast and making money. I'll set up a separate account book for investments with clear returns, separate from Feifan's main business accounts. Old Joe said, their brokerage will have its first futures training next week. I'll go and listen first. It's dropped again. Damn, is rubber practically free now? I've been at this for half a month and lost 6 months worth of wages. And you still dare to keep at it? Didn't you read in the papers rubber supply is greater than demand this year? In Southeast Asia, there's so much rubber that nobody's buying. Better cut your losses and get out now. If you wait any longer, you won't even have your underwear left. Dazi, do you think rubber prices will keep falling? I don't know about that. But I do know that when Old Wu bought rubber last month, he cursed for days, saying rubber's price changes daily and rises faster than a summer rainstorm. He hoarded 3 tons, saying if he didn't buy now, the price would skyrocket. Old Wu's never one to overstock raw materials. If he spends his own money to stock up, then odds are it's really going to go up. Kid, rubber's been falling for nearly half a month now. And you still want to get in? Have you even looked at the price charts? Yeah, I have, but I'm watching something else. Last year, the Hainan Reclamation Zone produced almost 40% of China's bananas. Floods ruined nearly 30% of the banana groves. That gap can't be filled by Southeast Asian imports. Once the news hits the provincial capital, today's price will be gone. Feng, whatever you want to do, go ahead. After all, that tricycle was from you. And you taught me how to use the scale. If you're going into the futures market, I'll leave the scale here as collateral. Going long on the rubber 903 contract. You really dare to buy in at this price point. Prices dropped nearly 2 points again today. The line for people cutting their losses stretches out the exchange doors. It's been falling for over 10 days, and the volume is shrinking. After a low opening this morning, it never hit a new low. If it was really going to drop through the floor, it would have by now. But it hasn't, which means someone's buying at the bottom. All that talk about shrinking volume and bottom fishing. You probably learned that from Lao Zhou's handbook, along with the Hainan floods. That batch of 903 contracts you bought 40 days ago. Your principal has grown 1.6 times. You made the biggest profit in the haul this round. 1.6 times? So that trade of ours means while everyone else was selling, he was buying. Go back to the office and tell Jiao Jin. From now on, we don't need to get a loan from Lao Zhou to buy rubber. Xiaofeng, this move was even sharper than me changing 10 molds. The profits from futures. Let us buy a whole year's worth of rubber without worrying about suppliers. Even the 3 tons I stocked up myself weren't as well timed as your hedges. And this money gets tracked separately, with Feifan's working capital and investments each in separate accounts. No one can move it. All principal from both the rubber 903 and natural rubber positions are cashed out at 1.6 times. The profits stay in the margin account. Old Wu's entire rubber budget for the year is locked in at prices well below the current market. From now on, Feifan's raw material costs every year can be fixed years in advance within the lock-in price range. That kind of lead time is enough for us to plan long-term production. I called everyone here today to discuss just one thing. What's our next move? Feifan is now the provincial agent for 7 southern and 6 northern provinces. Sales have increased more than tenfold compared to 2 years ago. The money earned from rubber futures has already locked Mr. Wu's annual raw material cost at a low level. Funds are not an issue. Do we even need to discuss this? That call urging for supplies from the 3 northeastern provinces left my ear ringing until now. The supply and marketing managers over there are almost blowing up the phone lines. Last year, sports shoe sales in the 3 northeastern provinces grew by 40%. Now our distribution points are mainly concentrated in Liaoxi. Southern markets and Heishi don't have a single point. Then let's set up at the capitals of all 3 northeastern provinces. More than 10 prefecture-level cities. Establish one Feifan exclusive counter in each city. Hang signs as provincial general distributors. Dazi, you've been there. You're familiar with the Northeast. This time, you not only need to secure key points, but also supervise the Feifan counters from start to finish. Feng Jie, you finally agreed to let me go to the Northeast. Yes, Feng Jie. Wait, that's not right. If I leave, who will handle the new points I've opened in the South? Sis, have your newly recruited packaging designers gotten the hang of things? Are the newcomers skilled enough in needlework now? Z Drawing also has helpers. If you want me to switch to sales, give the Northeast to Dazi. And you handle the new southern provinces. You're most familiar with Feifan's packaging design. When you're at the southern display counters, train store managers directly on how to arrange new shoes and window displays. No need to supervise the distribution points. Focus solely on Feifan's southern brand image. All right. I'll take care of the southern windows. No one is allowed to stick anything on the ship picture on the shoebox. Winter in the Northeast can drop tens of degrees below zero. Ordinary rubber soles freeze rock solid. They slip on ice. My new formula includes a cold-resistant agent. It stays flexible even at minus 30 degrees. The special solace for North China can launch within this year. Old Wu. Let me be the first to try these Northeast shoes, Solace. I'll wear them myself. After running Shenchuan Station, I'll go to Jilin Station. Whenever they crack from freezing, I'll call you. Save it. The solace of your liberation shoes hardly wore out, and if they could withstand the Northeast ice, they're still tougher than your feet. We roll out simultaneously in the Northeast and South, plus launching the cold-resistant models. The total inventory budget is already sorted out. The futures account only serves for raw material hedging. Nothing else. Funds in Feifan's main account are enough to start all these projects. Just hand over the southern window budget to me. We'll settle the accounts every month. Old Wu won't touch the futures account. The R&D for the cold-resistant mold runs its own expense, not part of operating cash flow. Hold on. We're firmly established south of the Yellow River. North of the Yellow River, northeast is our first stop. This time next year. I want Feifan counters in the capital cities of every province nationwide. Feifan got this far in 5 years. We'll go another 5 years. And I want Feifan counters from the provincial capitals to the border. It's not about aiming for it. It's a must. If 5 years aren't enough, then move faster. Every province must be covered. Stand firm and don't retreat. May I ask who you are? Are you the person in charge for Feifan? I am. And you are? My surname is Sun, from the Shenchuan department store. I called Feifan 2 months ago to rush the shipment. My voice was a bit too loud then on the long-distance call. Haha, Manager Sun. Of course I remember. Your call was loud enough for our entire office to hear. So, is Feifan finally coming to the Northeast? Is it you? No need to call when out of stock in the future. We can transfer from the Shenchuan warehouse. It'll reach your department store the next day. If you want to urge us like last time, just come directly here. I'm here every day. Tomorrow I'll sign the distribution agreement for the 6 districts and 4 counties of Shenchuan. Deal. Feifan sports shoes, from the curved anti-slip tread on the sole to the batch number on the tongue's inside. Every pair has a quality record. If a customer asks why we dare to promise a refund for glue failure, just point to the batch number and tell them, from sulfur content to softener, every batch can be tracked. This is the confidence Feifan showed at the Southern Intellectual Property Expo when we dismantled the shoe sole. From now on, every exclusive window in southern counties will use this box. Arrange it as a display for inside-out shoes. There's a number on every box, laid out in order by date, from box 001 to the latest model. Let customers see for themselves. Quality promise. Isn't a red paper stuck on the wall? It's evidence set on the counter. What does traceability mean? It means you pick up any pair of Feifan shoes. From the sole to the box, you can track back to the production batch of that year, formula number and date of manufacture. It's not just talk, it's backed up by records. Mr. Feng, the flip ship pattern on the shoebox. Can we replace it with our local yellow crane tower? I want customers to feel that Feifan made this especially for us Wuxi locals. Your suggestion is good. I'll make a note of it. I'll ask the packaging team to test a batch of new samples. Interviewed 6 people today. One finance graduate from technical college. Calculates with an abacus faster than I did back then, but hasn't handled supply and marketing bills much. If they don't know, we can teach slowly. Feifan can afford that now. But we don't want people of bad character. That's our bottom line. Reporter from Economic Daily wants to write a feature on Feifan. Preliminary title, From 5 Liberation Shoes to Feifan Group. No rush yet. The northeast counters just opened. The southern windows haven't all been changed yet. Wait until a full season passes. Once the roots are steady, then there's solid material for interviews. I'll reply to them tomorrow. Just say President Feng is monitoring counters in the northeast, so it's inconvenient for interviews right now. Just tell the truth. Feifan is still laying its roots. Dazi called today. The counter on Shenchuan Street has opened. He's personally overseeing it inside. Manager Sun will sign the distribution agreement tomorrow. He said he wants to stay in the northeast until next spring. Finish running Jilin and Harbin too. Dazi finally placed his scale in the northeast. Is it cold over there? Did he bring that old cotton coat?
He did. He said it's not cold.
Bingfan Solace can withstand minus 30 degrees. He's testing them himself first. Zhao Feng also called. She said everyone in Wuxi are young people. They learn quickly. She can come back for New Year's Day. She also said she brought 2 boxes of dark green wax crayons. Your big sister was so skinny the year she came back. Now she can run around teaching in dance studios. It's great Zhao Jin is a good kid. She can manage accounts and is loving. Qianchen has been steady since working at the supply and marketing cooperative. There are 4 pairs of shoe insoles sewn now. Enough for him for a while. Your dad passed away early. The family relied on you all these years. Now someone is helping you, so mom is at ease. Mom, let's not talk about this now. Sleep. Feng Fang, registered mail from another province. It's from Master Su. Back then, the truck driver who transferred me from the warehouse to another province. He has already passed away. Feng Fang girl, I've remembered you all these years. That year you were locked in the warehouse. I saw you carve marks on the wall, and I asked what it was. You said you were setting dates, waiting for Emperor to come pick you up. He would come find me. I delivered 2 letters for you. The first time it reached your home, your mother was standing at the gate, her hands shaking so much she wrinkled the envelope. He asked me to tell you. The family door is always open. You can come home anytime. Later the letters were kept with me. Never got a chance to give them to you. All these years, whenever I drove past your county, I saw people wearing Feibo House sports shoes on the street, with a ship drawn on the box. I wondered if he found you. He probably did. My son's name is Su Dehi. He's studying in the provincial capital. If you can see this letter, please pass a message to him. Tell him his father didn't ignore his letters on purpose. He just couldn't find the way. Little brother, I want you to help me with 2 things. Go ahead. First, help his son Su Dehi pay 4 years of tuition. Not in my name. In Feifan's name. Feifan sets aside a scholarship fund every year, specifically for families who have helped us Feifan people. Okay, tomorrow, I'll have Wang Shaoman create a special Feifan scholarship fund account. The second thing is, whenever Feifan enters a new province, the first thing is to donate a batch of shoes to the local supply cooperatives. Donate them to those who've been driving trucks on highways for years and are still wearing worn-out liberation shoes. Starting next year, every time Feifan enters a new province, donate a batch of shoes to the local truck drivers first. Not just shoes. That master delivered your letter, and you paid for his son's tuition. That settles things. Later, when his son goes to college, when he writes to his father, he can say his dad isn't someone who breaks his promise. Mom, you're right. He brought me the first message. I'm paving the way for his son's future. That settles things. That warehouse didn't only have me and the guard. There was someone who wrote the letter for me. There was someone who drove a truck all that way to deliver it. From now on, every time Feifan enters a new province, there will be a water station with his name. That's right. Suda's first year of tuition will be covered by Feifan next week. Every year, a batch will be selected. Master Su is the first. From now on, every sponsored student will have someone who remembers them. His dad didn't intentionally not come back. He just couldn't find the way. Comrade Wang Xiaozhang, liaison officer of Feifan Group assigned by Chengguan Town Supply Cooperative, responsible for building Feifan's financial system for 5 years. From handwritten ledgers to corporate financial statements, not a single bad debt. Awarded this year as Excellent Financial Manager in the Provincial Supply System. Do you remember when you first looked for me behind the supply co-op 5 years ago, just to ask me to help deliver a supply form? I remember. You said back then the director might not look. He was busy. But the director looked. After he read it, he said this guy named Feng Yisheng. His handwriting is upright and neat, like the sole of his shoes. I didn't understand at the time. Now I get it. Feng Yisheng, as I stood on stage today accepting the award, I've been thinking about one thing. What is it? From now on, I'll carry Feifan's responsibilities together with you. Feifan was never just mine from the start. 5 years ago, at the supply co-op entrance, you delivered my first form. Feifan became half yours. You just said you followed me. That's not following. It's walking side by side. You'll manage Feifan's finances from now on. If I can't carry the load, you'll take over. You've never told me I can't carry it before. I never used to say it. I thought one person could shoulder everything alone. Then I saw Wu Dazi put the weights in the northeast to oversee our special counter. Old Wu stayed up so many nights for warm shoe solace. You got the repayment rate up to 99%. Without you all, Feifan couldn't have come this far. Without you, I couldn't have come this far either. Sister Xiaojian, you're in the paper. My classmate's mom works at the supply co-op. She said Wang Xiaojian is the most famous accountant in the county. Qianchen, you got it wrong. She's excellent across the province. I heard it at the conference myself this afternoon. Xiaojin, from now on, this metal box is yours. Why give it to me? Because everything inside it wasn't collected by me alone. Feifan isn't just you following me now. It's us walking side by side. You have the key too. If anything new gets added in the future, I need to see it first. This is my metal box now. The key is mine. It's yours. My brother is Feng Yisheng. When he was 20, he started selling 5 pairs of old liberation shoes. The first pair sold for 150. I asked, "Brother, is that money for rice?" He said no. It's seed money. I only found out later. The seed was the first Feifan store. My big sister is Feng Feng. She used to be somewhere very far away. Then she came back. After coming back, she designed shoeboxes for Feifan. Every box she drew had a sailboat on it. She said sailboats never get stranded. She became the leader in lion dance training. Someone asked if she could switch the sailboat to Yellow Crane Tower. She came back and drew a whole book of Yellow Crane Tower patterns. Big brother Dassy is Lin Dassy. He used a scale. The weight was made of cast iron. He weighed shoes with it, weighed people, and even weighed himself. He went to the northeast to watch over the special counter. He came back several pounds lighter. His eyes were still so bright. I said, "Big brother Dassy, you're heavier than the scale weight." He said that's responsibility. Sister Xiaojian is Wang Xiaojian. Her abacus has never made a mistake. Every time I went to the Feifan office, she'd give me math problems. Even harder than the ones our teacher gave us. Uncle Wu is Wu Dekai. He makes shoe solace. My brother said Feifan's solace don't crack, mainly because Uncle Wu's molds are good. The first mold-made sole was too soft. They tinkered for half a year, before the bubbles disappeared. He still keeps that bubbleless sole in his workshop. Says it's Feifan's starting point. My mom doesn't have a name. She's called Fengjia's mom. She made a lot of insoles. She tucked the stitches on the inside. Those years my big sister wasn't home, she made dozens of pairs. Each pair could fit any foot size. When big sister came back, she kept all those insoles. Mom said they'd be saved for Feifan people. Whoever has her insoles in their shoes will never have cold feet. Our family makes shoes. My brother says Feifan isn't just shoes. It's everyone coming together, so the sole never breaks apart. I want to study design someday. I'll draw the most beautiful box for my brother's shoes. Brother, this essay is for you. Tianchen. Brother will frame this essay and hang it in the lobby of Feifan's new office building. From now on, Feifan's exhibition hall will always have a place for this essay. Not because you got first place, but because you're right. So next time when I study design, the first shoebox I draw will have your name on it. Sis, hurry, draw me a new one. Qianchen, help your big sister serve the dishes. Today we have your favorite sugared tomatoes. Save me the biggest piece. Feifan's roots aren't money. They're people. They're each and every one of you. 6 years ago, I was selling 5 pairs of old liberation shoes across from Kong Society at the village entrance. Back then, Feifan had no factory. No special counter. No group. Just a snakeskin bag and a handwritten template. Then came the first storefront, the first mold, the first provincial city special counter, the first consignment point outside the province. Every step forward, everyone has asked me, "You're just a small township factory. What gives you the right to compete with big brands?" I said Feifan doesn't cut corners. Feifan makes its own shoe solace, creates its own molds, stitches its own insoles. Feifan's solace never come unglued. That's our promise, and it's our bottom line. Today, Feifan is on the shelves in every provincial capital counter in the country. This path we've walked. It's not just my achievement. Lindazi, you brought Feifan from the village entrance to all 3 northeastern provinces. Old Wu, you pressed every mold from the 1st to the 7th. Every sole you made bears your handprint. Pengfang, you expanded Feifan showcases from the provincial capital to Wu City. Master Su, the water stations have your sailboat logo. Wang Shaojian, every single account at Feifan is in your hands. Every supply contract, every financial report, every scholarship fund, you never missed a number. And every insole my mother made, the finishing stitch is always on the inside. That's Feifan's tradition, tucked inside, so it doesn't hurt your feet. This scale Lin Dasi has used from the village entrance to the northeast, from the provincial capital to Shanghai. Every single pair of Feifan shoes has to be weighed. Not to weigh the product, but to weigh our conscience. From now on, this scale will be placed in the Feifan showroom. Every new employee at Feifan, the first thing they do is get to know this scale. The sculpture in the lobby of Feifan's new office building. I told the Design Institute to use your very first sailboat sketch. So everyone who walks into this building will first see the sailboat. That person helped lead the way for you. Now Feifan will lead the way for others. Master Su's water stations. There are nearly 30 of them now. Next year they'll open in Sunlight City. Everyone who uses them will see your sailboat mark. Brother Feng asked me to say a few words. I'm not much of a speaker. I'll just say one thing. When I was overseeing counters in the northeast, someone asked me where Feifan's headquarters was. I said it's in a place called Fengjia Village. There's a jujube tree in that village. Under the tree is a stone table. On that stone table once sat 5 old pairs of Liberation brand shoes. Sudehi graduated this year. He said he wanted to work at Feifan. I didn't agree. I told him he had to finish his studies first. He said it was the first time his father ever bought him shoes.
His father is a man of his word.
From now on, every water station will have a letter from Master Su. Feifan's truck drivers will personally deliver them all the way to the last provincial counter. Sunlight City is expected to open in May next year. The distribution route and logistics transfer are already set. When the Sunlight City station sign goes up, we'll have full coverage of all provincial capitals. Feifan is not just shoes, it's people. These are for Zhao Jin.
Dowry.
Bai Feifan has money now. But he's still wearing those old clothes, switching them around to wear. The cuffs are worn out. He patches them with thread. The stitching is even tighter than the writing in his ledger. Last year, the group got listed. He was named the best financial manager in the province. You tell me. He stood on stage to accept the award, still wearing that old cotton coat. I started thinking, this daughter has struggled for so many years. She never complains about what her parents couldn't give her. From now on, I will. Sister Xiaoqin, I'll come out after finishing my homework. These are insoles I've made as dowry. 6 pairs for each season. 24 pairs in total. They're not worth much, but every pair has a thick sole. They can last for years. You and Yisheng together. Life ahead will be long. If anything is wrong with him, just tell me. I'll scold his mom. Hey, this is from my mom. She said this thimble was passed down from her own mom. So, if I ever meet a mother-in-law willing to make insoles for me, I'll give her this thimble and say it's for both families' sewing. No need to separate yours and mine anymore. Sister Zhao Jin. No, not sister-in-law. Go inside, go inside. You can't do this kind of thing. I'll wait for you here. Come on in. Feng Gisheng, Feifan Group. I've heard about it on the radio. You're mine. What do you do? I know who else is in your family. Mother is alive. Elder sister came back a few years ago. She works at Feifan designing. Younger sister is in middle school. Father passed away early. Mom raised all of us. Are you good to her? These are the insoles my mom made for Zhao Jin. 6 pairs each season. 24 pairs altogether. Your mom is a good person. The day my mom made the first pair of insoles, she already knew. She said Zhao Jin is kind-hearted. Small feet, these insoles are shorter than others. It took her a whole year. Every stitch, she was thinking. This pair is for Zhao Jin. Zhao Ji. Are you willing? Yes, I am. My daughter has been with us since she was little. She's never had an easy life. But she's driven. She tested into town's number. The supply and marketing cooperative recruited that year. She went, first time earning a salary. Bought me a new wheelchair cushion with that money. My daughter has suffered a lot with you these years. I couldn't get her a good job. She found her own path, bookkeeping at the supply co-op. I asked her why she's willing to follow a startup guy. She said you're not just ordinary. She said you're a good person. Feifan's accounting from now on, she managed. And this family's people you must take care of too. If anything happens to him, my leg is lame, I can't stand up. But I can still talk. I grew up without a father. My mom raised us all. She said making shoes is just like being a person. Where outsiders can't see, that's where real skill shows. From now on, Zhao Jin manages Feifan's accounts. At home, she takes care of me. Her insoles, my mom made mine and hers. You don't need to worry. How is brother Feng? Did Uncle Wang agree yet? Say something already. Daisy, you've got a sister-in-law now. Time to get red envelopes ready. What are you gripping in your hand? You'll see when we arrive. This is the label from Feifan's first pair of shoes. That morning, I squatted in the yard. Used the pencil you handed me for materials. Drew this sailboat. It's been nearly 7 years from practice to show. Feifan went from 5 liberation shoes to flagship stores in provincial capitals. Every step, you were right beside me. This has my name on it. 3 characters are enough. I'm giving you the label from Feifan's very first pair of shoes. No matter how far Feifan goes, its roots are here. Do you know how long I've waited to hear those 3 words from you? I know. How do you know? Under this tree. When I was little, my dad brought me here.
He said the kapok tree is a hero tree.
When it's blooming, there are no leaves. The whole thing turns red. That year, he said if I ever meet someone I want to marry, I should bring them under this tree. This tree has witnessed generations getting married. It remembers, it won't forget. Did your dad ever say what to do after bringing them here?
He did.
He said once you bring her, hold her hand.
Tell her.
You'll never make her wait too long in this lifetime. Feng Yisheng. Ever since you said your name is Feng Yisheng at the supply co-op entrance, I've been waiting for you. Say 3 words. That's enough. Then say it again. Marry me. All right. Brother Dazzy is coming out.
Dazi.
This pair of shoes. You wore them the day you posted the recruit notice at the village entrance. The soles were worn through, had several holes. Your mom made you new insoles. You've worn them ever since. Today I had them framed for you. These weren't just old shoes. They're Feifan's foundation. Brother Feng, do you remember? When you sent me to the provincial capital for our first consignment point? I sat at the supply co-op entrance, eating cold steamed buns. I'm not good with words, can't say fancy things. But all these years, wherever you sent me I went. Never questioned why. When you were squatting stitching that first label, I knew you weren't ordinary. Today, in front of everyone, I'm saying it again. Wherever Feifan goes, I'll be there, Lin Dazi. If the scale is there, the man is too. Dazi, you stamped the scale on every consignment contract. You made sure no Feifan shoe cabinet ever lacked an attendant. You're my brother. Brother Feng, the scale's on your wedding car now. So I have nothing to weigh goods with. No need to weigh goods anymore. Weigh people. First thing new sales staff must do when joining is get to know this scale. Brother Feng, my greatest fortune wasn't marrying a wife. It was that year under the big locust tree when you took me to the county town. Without you, I'd still be sitting in the village eating cold steamed buns. How many complaints did we get today? 47, plus the past 3 days. Almost 1 to 30 calls in total. Last batch from Zhongnan branch? Over 1,000 pairs were shipped out. Return rate is over 10%. The Bureau of Industry and Commerce has notified for inspection. Once the inspection results come out, if it's really our quality issue, every flagship nationwide will be affected. Impossible. Old Wu monitored the formula all these years. Every batch is tested before leaving the factory. How could it be a quality issue? These soles weren't made with my formula. The sulfur content isn't right. If the soles were made with my formula, they wouldn't break apart even after 40,000 bends. These were retested thousands of times and cracked. It's not a process problem. It's the rubber itself that's faulty. Someone tampered with the formula. Have you pulled up the branch factory's raw material purchasing records? The branch factory's purchasing records from the past 3 months show they changed the rubber supplier. Headquarters hasn't received any change request. The branch factory switched suppliers on their own. The price is nearly 20% lower than what Old Wu approved. This batch of cheap rubber is made from recycled materials. It's not natural rubber. Does the plant manager know? His signature is on the purchase order. I'm heading to Zhongnan. Zhaojing, come with me. Dazi, you stay here. Stabilize the nationwide counters.
Tell them.
Our promise remains unchanged. We will recall every pair from this batch of shoes. Pull up all original formulas and quality inspection flows for this batch. Get all of them out. Old Wu, compare the reinspection results with the standard formula. Finish it within a week. The branch factory manager is now suspended. Before the investigation is complete, the branch factory will pause all shipments. This cheap rubber supplier has never done business with the branch factory before. Their first transaction was for the last batch's product shipment. The branch factory manager's signature is on the purchase order. The signing date is December of last year. Supplier's full name and contact number. Verify these. This rubber supplier only changed their bank account at the end of last month. The previous account and the branch factory's old official supplier shared the same one. Kaihao Bank. These invoices were entered on the manager's direct order. He said headquarters had a special approval. Where is the special approval document? There's none. The manager said to book it first. He never provided the document afterward. Was the quality inspection done before these shoes left the factory? Yes, every batch was inspected. But on this batch's quality report, the viscosity section is blank. I went to the manager for a signature. He said it doesn't matter.
He said the new H2 formula's viscosity
Can fluctuate. I said you still have to write it down even if it fluctuates. He said he'll fill it in later. The supplier changed accounts before the invoice was entered. There was only a 2-week window. At the branch factory, besides the manager, who else knew about this? The extension outside the manager's office is usually only used by him. Feng, are you really planning to drive alone? Let me go back home with you. We can take turns driving on the road. No need. Before the listing, I want to travel by myself. You stay at headquarters and keep an eye on things. We still need to revise the roadshow materials next month. Don't let your wife work overtime alone. She works even harder than I do. When I left last night, she was still crunching numbers. When I came in this morning, she was already in the office. You two are just alike. Feifan Group founder Feng Jusheng started in 1987 with 5 pairs of old Liberation shoes. Today, Feifan has over 2,000 counters nationwide. All formula documents are fully public. Guys, the Feifan shoes you're wearing, each pair has its own record. You're back. There's still porridge in the pot. Your dad said if the car can leave the province, it can go home. Now we're home. Both within and outside the province are connected to Hong Kong Island. Don't drive too fast. Mom. I'll come back once I've rung the bell. There are 3 things I want to discuss today. First, after the Zhongnan fan factory incident, Feifan spent months rebuilding trust among distributors in 6 provinces of south-central China. This month, all counters in the 6 south-central provinces have completed the new batch placement. All third-party inspection reports are posted on the wall. Recall rate is 100%. We've lost quite a bit of money this year, but our reputation hasn't suffered. Feifan's promise remains the same. 9 characters shoe solace won't come unglued. We do what we say. 3 months into the new batch's distribution at Zhongnan Fan Factory, the return rate has dropped back below 0.5%. Nationwide counters Q3 returns exceeded the total of the first 2 quarters. Up in the Northeast, all 7 newly signed 10th edition distribution contracts are in place. Distributors say Feifan got in trouble, but if you're bold enough to lay the formulas out on the table, we trust you. Second matter. Old Wu. You take over. This caliper has been with me for most of my life. From the first mold that created air bubbles, to the 7th mold that finally met standards. He measured each one. Feifan shoes solace don't come unglued, not just because of the formula. They're measured into perfection. Zhao Guo, the R&D center is yours from now on. The caliper is yours. Rules remain the same as always. Anti-slip pattern depth, sulfur content, number of bends. None of these can be off. Master Wu, I'll measure everything correctly. The Feifan brand manual has been updated. From now on, all brand display windows at counters nationwide will display traceability labels uniformly. Anyone who wants to check Feifan's quality inspection records can scan the batch number to see them. Third matter, the Feifan brand archive will open next month. It will have a few items old Wu's first mold, Dazi's old scale, and all batches of Feifan from 1987 to now. Every formula document. These things are the foundation of Feifan. This scale has been with me for nearly 10 years. From weighing at the village entrance to the provincial capital. From the capital to the northeast. Brother Feng, I'm handing you this scale. Over the years, people have asked me what I rely on. I say I rely on people. Old Wu's caliper, Dazi's scale. Feifan's labels, Zhao Qing's accounts, Qianshen's words, my mom's insoles. Feifan isn't just shoes. It's this group of people. Mr. Feng, with all this openness, won't competitors copy you? They can copy formulas but not Old Wu's molds and quality inspection system. Feifan took 9 years to build. If others could catch up just by copying a formula, that means we're not diligent enough. Reco rate in 3 days hit 94%. Remaining users can't be reached. I've had the Zhongnam branch print a batch of recall notices. They're posted at counters in each province. Also publishing in the provincial paper, column by column, until everyone's contacted. Alright. Post the recall notices on every township. Feifan counters glass panel in the supply cooperative. Let those still complaining see them. I used to think Feifan's foundation was its formula. Later I thought it was the people. Today I realize Feifan's foundation lies in openness. Formulas can be copied, but if a company dares to post every batch's quality inspection report right on the glass panel for anyone to see, the real moat is dug beneath credibility. Credibility is also in the books. From now on, branch finance must report 3 forms monthly to headquarters. Raw material flow sheet, random inspection record in the quality control blank column, recall conversion record. Finances must balance before production starts. Trying to save money by switching suppliers. I never thought it would cause this kind of damage. I came here today, not to ask for your forgiveness for the embarrassment I caused Feifan. But this pair of shoes bears your signature. Feifan spent 9 years to convince the whole country the shoe solace wouldn't unglue. You almost ruined that promise with one bad batch. I'm not holding you personally responsible. But you have to remember, in Feifan, every pair of shoes has a name etched on it. From today, your name is no longer on any of them. Headquarter quality control officers rotate quarterly, inspecting incoming rubber raw materials. 3 boxes, randomly pick 1 pair for inspection. Branch quality inspection reports must fill in the flow column. Branch finance has added a warning column. Any abnormal purchases above standard price are automatically locked for payment. Distributors have also confirmed the future supply plans today. All Feifan counters nationwide will display a new slogan. Every pair of shoes has its own record. Last week, Feifan's Zhongnam branch batch of athletic shoes. Because the branch changed the rubber supplier without permission, the National Testing Center's re-inspection report has come out. Here's the original report. Each data point falls within the qualified range of national standards. Here's the branch's purchase invoice for the problematic rubber. Bank statement. Quality inspection report with a blank flow column. The 3 pieces of evidence corroborate each other. The issue isn't Feifan's formula, but the branch changing materials on its own. The reason I called everyone today is to be open. From the first pair of shoes, Feifan has an archive for every batch. Sulfur content, softener ratio, vulcanization time. All are in the archive room. Today, everything is disclosed. From now on, every batch of Feifan sports shoes comes with a third-party inspection report. Mr. Feng Feifan always promised shoe solace wouldn't unglue. But how do you explain this mass complaint? What's your answer? Feifan's promise hasn't changed. The problem with this batch isn't in the formula or process. The branch changed the rubber on its own. The supplier substituted cheap, recycled materials. The sulfur content in natural rubber was excessive, causing the solace to crack prematurely. That's a management failure at the branch, and a quality issue for Feifan. So we're recalling all pairs from this batch, with full refunds. From the first pair, Feifan has an archive for every batch. Sulfur content, softener ratio, vulcanization time, all are in the archive room. Disclosure isn't just a red notice on the wall, it's engraved in the sole. Mr. Feng, this batch of shoes has affected my shop and counter too. Many loyal customers are at the door demanding returns. You admit full responsibility. But how can I be sure my store won't get burned again? From now on, every batch of rubber entering the Zhongnan branch, besides headquarters quality inspection data, 3 boxes, randomly pick 1 pair for National Leather Inspection Center testing. A copy of each report will be posted on the counter's glass panel, so anyone buying shoes can check reports before trying them. Aren't you afraid publishing formulas will lead to competitors copying? Feifan's moat was never the formula. It's the ability to deliver on our promises. It's easy to copy the shoe sole, but it's not so easy to copy the precise stitching hidden inside the shoe. "21 years ago, an old man in the south drew a circle. 12 years ago, there was a young man. He set up 5 pairs of old Liberation shoes across from the village supply and marketing cooperative. Sold them for 1 yuan and 50 cents. From 1.5 yuan to going public. He didn't do it all by himself. Xiaojian Feifan's ledger from start to finish. There isn't a single false number. After Feifan went public, every single annual report had to go through you. From the Township Supply Co-op to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, you've kept the books for 12 years. And you'll have to keep doing it. Sis, you've been sailing for 12 years. From now on, every time Feifan reaches a new country, the first shoebox in the very first display counter, you draw the local tree on it. Tianchen, when you were little, you said under the lamp that you'd paint shoeboxes for me in the future. You've painted every one up to now. Wherever I go, I see the boats you've drawn. Feifan's roots are not at the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. They're under a jujube tree in a small village. It's been 12 years. Feifan made it to today, and every promise has been kept. No glue coming off the solace, and no one split up. "19,872 years ago, I fell from a rooftop. I thought everything was over that day. Later I realized that was the beginning." What are you talking about? Nothing, I just wanted to tell you. Now I'm standing here, and what I see is you. And from now on, I'll watch the fireworks here every year. It's been so many years. Are you ever coming back or not? About your sister. Are you going to take care of your little sister or not? I'll have finance transfer you some money. It's not about the money. Your sister is missing. Your little sister is missing. And then you just left. You don't take care of the family either. Have you looked for them? What use do I have for all that money? Mom's going to hang up now. I still have a few more calls to make.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it? It's still early. Get some more sleep. Had a dream? Mm-hmm. I dreamed I was standing really high up all alone back then. Then I fell down. Where was that place? A place without you guys. Very high and empty. The phone rang. I didn't want to answer it either. I didn't know what to say. How about now? Now you are standing at the very top, surrounded by people. And I'm right beside you. I remember you asked me why I keep all this stuff. Every pair of shoes has its own file. Back then, I just thought as long as the files were public, we could prove our promises were real. Then, the night the branch factory had that accident, I suddenly understood. What I need to keep is not the quality records but every person. Look at those sample shoes numbered 001. Look at the general description. See the first sailboat my sister drew. See the pencil marks of her old river channel. See every insole my stepmom took. This proves that every one of you existed.